Hello, everyone. We are officially live. I know you guys have already been on the site waiting for us to come on, but seriously, I'm the most sloppy person you will ever experience. And so I come on whenever I come on. I promise you a time, and you will never get that time. So let's welcome back Chelsea. Chelsea Brummett, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys? Everyone doing good?
Doing good. Bella!
Bella!
Bella, how are you?
Oh, I can't hear her.
Something, you both actually are very delayed this time. Let me try fixing it. Bella? Bella?
She's like, I'm here. You can't
Okay,
hear me.
stay right there, guys. Don't move.
It's better the light on or light off?
Who can hear me? Who can hear me? God, Bella, I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you, Bella. Hold on a second. This is ridiculous.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can. Why not Bella? Okay, so let's leave it at that color.
Bella. So what are we going to do?
I can't hear Bella, so let me try. There's a way to fix it. Bella, are you there? Let me just remove her. Psychic Carlene. It has something to do with Psychic Carlene, actually. Carlene, can you hear me?
There you are.
Can you hear me? I think it's Carlene. The last time we had this problem, one person was causing it. Let's try one more time. Bella, can you hear me? No, we can't hear you. God damn it. Now?
Yes. Hear us.
Can you hear us now? No. We can't hear you. What is happening?
You want to restart it?
Well, restarting it is the problem.
Hi, people. Hello. What do we do? We're losing people.
Okay, Bella left. Chelsea, are you there?
I'm here. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could see and hear you, and I love your background.
Oh, it's just the bedroom. It's Lyra's room.
Cool. It's so cool.
She has a cool bedroom. Her room's so much cooler than mine. Mine will be just as cool once I organize it a little bit. So I was like, I was so close to being like perfectly organized. And I'm like, all the clothes are off the ground, everything now. I'm like, throwing things in suitcases just to be ready. Seriously. Fast forward one back.
Hold on, Chelsea. Bella, no, we can't get you this time. We were all just fine a minute ago. Bella,
maybe she should restart. You check your wires for like your microphone. She's using those. Oh, you're using them too. I'm just using my laptop speaker.
I can't get you guys this time. Don't go anywhere. This has to work. Oh,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
What was it?
I won't use my earset then.
Oh, we hear you just fine without your earpiece. Guys, I'm going to try and bring Psychic Colleen on. So let's see if she could participate without too much fanfare.
You let her know that her thing always says that line through the microphone. That she's on mute.
I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wave to her right now. And Colleen, you're muted. She's freezing up. She's freezing up. So we're going to have to give her a second to work out. She's in her car, so maybe that's just not compatible.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know.
Well, every time
Especially-
we've had somebody join us in the car, we get issues. Remember Chrissy and Reg?
Oh, thank you for that. You know, she's just trying to get away from the babies.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell her. She's doing the best that she can to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I told her just bring the babies, leave them on her chest, and she can talk while the babies are sucking on her titties. I don't care.
Hey,
We're girls.
normal
We're
thing.
girls.
Free the
Huh?
boobs.
We're all moms
Free
here.
the
We've
boobs.
all been there, done that. I remember walking into Walmart, carrying my kid, trying not to show all of Walmart my boob while I'm buying him diapers because he woke up from a nap and had a fit. So,
And was hungry. He was hungry,
Yep.
I bet.
Yep. So that's
That
what
is too funny. But Chelsea just said, which I love, free the boobs. Right, with no judgment. We don't have time for what people think about us.
They're just like, why can guys go on top of sending girls? Well, I guess because it's like guys are attracted to it, but you know, just because you wear a short skirt doesn't mean that you deserve to be raped. Let's be real. So, like, you know, that is the natural human thing, and basically, we just have the same thing. We just have some fat behind it and a little bit of like special glands because we are special women.
Because we're women.
Not really that.
But
Fun,
not,
dog.
not
You ever
to
seen a
discount.
real beast man like hanging them out? You're like, hey, well, if you don't want to see a girl, then like cover that
My
up
signal
too.
sucks right now. Sorry.
Hey,
That's
You
okay,
know,
I can't
Carly.
hear you guys splitting every time you guys talk. I'm almost home.
Oh, she's saying it sounds weird when she hears us, Tracy.
Yes, sweetie. So, do you want to try next week? Because you're freezing up too.
now she went back to no mic.
All right. I'll just text her.
Destiny said, bring the kids. Everyone has seen a boob. Exactly.
Yes.
Boobs.
I feel so bad. I adore Carlene. She is one of those people that just has the greatest, greatest heart ever. Like sweet, sweet, sweet. Even when she curses or get mad, like it's not real. Like she's just too nice to get mad. She's like, fuck that shit. And I'm like, is that your version of mad? Because that was nice. So we'll just leave it at the three of us. Before we get started, I want everyone to say how you can be reached. And I don't think, Chelsea, people got a chance to find out how they could reach you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Where can people reach you at?
They can reach me at my Facebook is just Chelsea Brummett. The Instagram, somebody stole like my Instagram. Go figure, it happens. So I think, let me just see, I'm Chelsea Brummett 1, I believe. I should probably just do the official Chelsea Brummett, but that's CHELSEA BRUMMET, 2 M's, 1 T. And that's my Instagram. So yeah. Yeah, Chelsea Brummett 1. Or just look up Chelsea
I
Brummett.
just followed you. Wait, where's my camera?
I was gonna be like, you not follow me yet? I thought you were going to.
I pretty much think I have you, Chelsea. I never know who I have, but I'm pretty sure we communicated on Chelsea. Yep, Chelsea Brummett 1, and it has her face on it, guys. And she said, I love your bio. I do art. I am a silly weirdo. I believe in fairy tales. Love that. I love animals, and you guys have no idea how much you love animals. Can you show your hand?
Oh, it's getting much better. I pulled out the splinters and stuff. I mean, not splinters, the staples. And
Good for you. Good. That
but
looks good, Chelsea.
like, it was really bad. Like my hand was twice the size, and the reason I had to get all this stuff done was I had to go to the ER because everything gap was like this big, so it's very painful. It still is. I'm getting like electrocuting, like pain when I move certain fingers. I'm just hoping the nerve damage is like temporary nerve damage. But yeah, no, like the little things are supposed to dissolve, and they didn't. So I just eventually just like yesterday or the day before I was just like, you know what?
Did you get any exercises to do for your hand? Because that's really important, Chelsea.
I think I should get one of those.
Yeah, but you're gonna need this for your fingers. You're gonna need something for your wrist. You know, I'm not a physical therapist, so I can't tell you what to do.
Anywhere around here, especially right here, like very dagger electric pain. So something happened there, but yeah, it was terrible looking, but it's looking better. Might have some keloid scars, and the scars tell a story. I don't know. Some people are like, I know a good plastic. I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't mind scars. They tell a story as long as they're not like, hopefully like not across my face. That was fine.
Well, I know an OT therapist. I can certainly put out a word to her. A licensed OT therapist, and I could see if you can have a conversation with her to make sure you have some exercises.
Or 2-time things so I can learn the exercises. Once you're in there, you can probably do them on your own.
You two can Zoom or something, or I'll reach out to her. I'll give her your number. You guys talk. But it's really important long-term effects because you're young, right, Chelsea? But one day you're not going to be young, and then you're going to have this story. My arm's just a hurting because a dog bit me. You don't want that.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want that.
I appreciate that.
So do what's right now because you're young enough to heal. And that's the beauty of the youth. Like, oh my God, you can heal from that. That looks really good considering a dog just mauled you.
And I'm putting special oils and things on it now that it's like, fully closed and everything to help it heal. I'm doing my best. So, yeah, I think that was a good idea.
Bella, how can people reach you?
You can reach me on Instagram at Psychic Bella Love or on my website, psychicbellalove.com. And if you go to my website, there is a tab called Black Businesses We Support, and it has live links and the Instagram for a lot of small Black-owned businesses for you guys to support as well. And Tracy's is linked on there, and so is Destiny.
Thank you. Thank you. You are so kind in Black hair. And I think that is what's missing when we talk about, which I don't want to talk about, when we talk about Black Lives Matter, all it means is, do you care?
Yeah.
That's all it means. And people don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to. I don't have time for it to talk about it today, but I just like the fact that you have care in your heart.
I always tell everybody, don't thank me, because it's literally just doing what's right and what we should all be doing. And I just live my life by the Gandhi quote, be the change that you wish to see in the world. That's it.
Well, but when people do thank you, it's important.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because
I don't do it for
because the relationship is important. It's nice to say thank you because that's something that happens inside of me.
Yeah.
And then for you to receive it, but to add to it, people always thank me after my readings, even though sometimes I got to yell at them. But in the end, sometimes I'm like, stop this madness. But in the end, they always thank me.
Yeah.
Which I know I deserve because I'm the portal that spirit comes through.
Yeah.
And without having that tool, spirit can't get to you. Spirit needs to get to you. So it comes in through here, gets to you. You get the message. I get the thank you because they can't see spirit. But I go, spirit, they said thank you, okay? And then I have to go, you may go. Don't hang around this house because y'all know y'all love this house.
Yep.
So, Kelsey, when you say you love fairies, welcome. Welcome.
Mhm.
Oh, you said
Did you say
something on your. Didn't you say you love fairies on your IG?
Oh, fairy tales.
Fairy tales.
I'm believe in fairy tales and stuff. Yeah, but I do love fairies. Yeah.
Oh, well, fairy
Oh,
tales,
we don't
fairies.
speak about that's something I gotta bring to the table, but I gotta go grab it. Before I get there, I just wanted to say that Ross, you know, he's one of those not rioters but extreme protesters. He's like, I don't care if I get arrested for this. This is right. And him and his girl Joyce are super protesters. They'll be like, we can't hang out with the family because we've been around a lot of people.
Yeah.
We got this protest and this one coming up.
Yeah.
So, and God bless them though, and they're doing awesome. And yeah, about the Black Lives Matter, like, yeah, it matters strongly to them, and they're pushing along, and I'm really proud of them. Even Joyce, his wife, she posts on Instagram and stuff all the time about how because they're vegan, but they're like, we're going to this vegan or vegetarian / restaurant. It's owned by Black people, and we are going to go there today specifically to support them. That's what they do. They literally go out to eat at these places to support Black lives. I think that's really cool.
You know, Ross is one of my. You guys don't. Chelsea's talking to me because I know who Ross is. Ross is her brother. And what I can tell about your mom is that she just raised some really good kids.
We're all different, though. Yeah.
You're all different.
Because she gave us the freedom to be different.
There you go. That's the key.
Yeah. That says a lot.
Yeah. That's everything. Yeah.
You want to be that. You never forced any of us into anything. Whatever you want to do, you give us all the options, and whatever you choose, whether it's something she's interested in or not, she supported us.
But she also gets into
thing. So
she goes the extra mile. And if you guys don't know, Chelsea was on the show, all that, with my son Brian, and that's how I know Chelsea. And long time friendships with her mom. And I watched Chelsea grow up. And I convinced her from the time she was 13 to step into her psychic self. And she always did. You found your way. And I love that. You found your way. Well, again,
I mean, I can't say if it wasn't you, it was somebody else, because I've never met anybody quite like you.
You were just fascinated. When I came to the set with my tarot cards, you and Jamie Spears was like fascinated. It was so cute to watch y'all.
And the other ones are like daggers.
I know. They hated me.
Some of the parents, but
the parents were really, really mean to me.
There's a weird thing, I have a really good friend named Amelia, or like a couple of different ones too, that are like very Christian. So they just go, "Oh, tarot cards are evil," and I don't get it, because I believe that you can be Christian or you can be spiritual or this and that, and the tarot cards don't have to be they don't have to be negative. Like when people talk about witches, some people are really proud, they call themselves a witch, and they're depicted as bad, But the thing is, not all witches, quote unquote, people who do spells, potions, they consider themselves witches. It's how they live their life, and live their life. Not every person who considers themselves a witch is bad. Is a bad witch. Have you ever seen Wizard of Oz? It's a good witch.
Well, but let's fix the whole bad witch, good witch. I think we're all a little loopy. I think if you don't want to be called a witch, don't be called a witch. I've decided I don't care, because all the witches put a spell, which I don't know if you know this, Trump or Bella, but they put a spell on Trump in the beginning of his presidency. And for the first time, I was like, oh shit, it worked. He had the worst 4 years. You were part of that?
Oh yeah, when I heard that's what we were doing, I was like, alrighty.
He's like, I'm in. You were one of them to put a spell on Trump?
No, yeah. Wait a second. See, I'm not a witch, so I didn't participate. But I was like, what if it worked? I gotta tell you, it's the first time I believe in witches. He had the worst 4 years. And he kept saying, why don't people like me? Why don't people like me? Because a bunch of witches put a curse on you, Trump. That's why. I'm sorry. Totally. Now I'm totally for witches, whether you call yourself a witch or not. I personally am not a witch. Huh?
I think spells and potions, things like that are super cool.
We all do spells, magic, potions.
I'm not against it. I think, but I would only use mine towards positive. So not towards like dooming somebody, but to bring positive towards somebody else. So say you like Biden, you didn't like Trump. Put those positive things towards him then. Or vice versa. Like, I don't put down.
Actually, Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Chelsea. I don't know where my shoes are. Actually, my theory is, because I teach candle magic, and my theory is don't put it on anybody, good or bad. If you're big and bad and you want to do magic, put it on yourself. Me. For money, for love, don't put it on somebody else because you can't interfere with their free will. So in terms of Trump and Biden, I wouldn't put magic on either one of them. They need to get through this on their own.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put up a firewall, nothing on either one of them. The best man wins, and get out and vote. How about that?
Absolutely.
You want to know what the real magic is? The real magic is voting.
Yes. Well, some of us truth spells on him so that everything that he was doing behind the scenes would be exposed. That's what I participated in. And
I'm not in that. I can't believe this.
I'm not in it. But you do what you do. I love everybody for their differences. You know, that's your thing. And that's people's thing. It's not my.
Listen. Before we get started talking about Black-owned businesses, we have lost Clorox wipes. They don't exist anymore. You can't find a Clorox nothing in the stores. They just started putting back the bleach. But they already made an announcement that they will not be making Clorox wipes until 2021. Right, Chelsea. Why Clorox? Right. So here's what has to happen.
It's supposed to whiten things. I'm sorry. I'm confused. I don't see how this is a racial matter.
No, it's not racial. It's not racial. This is Clorox wipes, not wipes. Clorox wipes.
I thought you said white. Okay.
So,
like white, isn't it? White.
Like, why is Clorox prejudiced?
I mean, maybe on your black. Why would you? So makes sense.
So, I want people to remember that the COVID will return. The winter people are going to get some real issues between do you have COVID and do you have the flu? So it's going to be really important to wash your hands. Melissa on her radio show on the Gems mentions it every Saturday. Wash your hands every chance you get. And use Dirk's wipes. Dirk's wipes. Dirk's.
Guys.
This is
Dirk's.
This is Dirk's wipes, and they come in some amazing scents. Peppermint is my favorite. I use on Mondays. Mondays are really good to clean your doorknobs, your walls, really keep your house clean. It helps to put money in your house, right? Lemon is my other favorite because I just love anything lemon. So lemon is my favorite. By the way, people, I brought out all the Dirk's wipes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because
I need
y'all keep
You're
selling
fine.
them out, and I don't like the fact that y'all keep selling them out. So I have tons of these. I'm just showing you the colors that I have. This is orange. She has orange. Okay, hold on a second. Lavender is my other favorite. If I'm feeling a little melancholy, I'll use lavender.
I clean my room with the lavender, so it's all calm in here, and then it smells good when you go to bed.
Yes, that must be your bedroom. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. I'll do that in my bed. When I'm depending upon my mood, if I need to start my work day in a much calm place, then I'll use the lavender. Because today I should have used lavender because everybody was crying today. Everybody, every tear. People were so upset today because Mars is in retrograde. People don't know about Mars in retrograde, and they keep wondering why they're, separating and having fights, and it's so sad. Okay, that's another lemon right there. And then I think this is eucalyptus, which I haven't used yet. Oh,
I like
this is
eucalyptus.
eucalyptus. Right. This eucalyptus is going to be for the COVID. So, the winter people, you might want to start going to the site, which is dirks.com, dirkswipes.com. There will not be any Clorox, and this, I promise you, is your only replacement for Clorox wipes. You're going to need this with your babies. You're going to need this for your husband. You're going to need this to wipe down your countertops, your kitchen, your tables, your doorknobs. Whatever you used to do with Clorox wipes, you could do with this. And it is jam-packed with wipes. Look how thick that is. Jam-packed.
Nice.
So you get more in this for the price than you would in Clorox anyway.
Yeah.
So Dirks, DERX, wipes, WIPES.com. Dirks.
My Tracy impression. Terrible.
Chelsea, you just went with it. I am
So bad.
Chelsea.
You're gonna have to
just-
cry in this one. Oh my god. You're gonna die.
You know what I love about metaphysical people?
Right.
You know what I love?
I also spritz. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I love about metaphysical people? I love how quirky we are. So when you said, I'm silly, I'm a little weirdo, that's a beautiful thing because you have permission to be that.
I own it. You just gotta own it. Own who you are. And then there's something about then, like in the end, I'm a free bird or whatever.
Okay.
I was also gonna comment on what Bella said though about the spritzing stuff. So like I do this as like a ritual. I use like eucalyptus and then I put like a centinela like oil, like a little bit in with a mixture of lavender because I just like don't like bugs and I don't mind the smell of it. It has a kind of a citrusy smell. So I mix that, but mostly lavender. I spritz my pillows and like the inside like comforter and then the top. And it just helps me like relax. It helps me because I feel like it takes me like an hour to like go to sleep. I have to go through like a little ritual process. And I do. Like I don't just go, people are like, you had a superpower. Like I'd be one of those people I just wish I could just go and just knock out. Seen those people? Oh, I hate those people. I'm just kidding. But my dad's one of those people. I don't hate him. But I'm strongly jealous. Like, how they're envious. It's just like, how do you do that? I can't. So I got to get myself into a zone. And yeah, that aroma though, whatever one that you choose is yours. It makes you feel like that. You're getting into your vibe.
So you mix centinela oil with lavender oil.
I do, and sometimes I add a little eucalyptus. Sometimes something else. Yeah.
I've only known centinela to be used in the mosquito candles.
Yeah, but they don't smell. It doesn't smell bad, but it keeps bugs at bay. So I like that. And that gives me a calmness when I go to bed that I'm not going to have like bugs in my bed. Not that my bed would, but you know, sometimes we all have.
You're in the woods though. You're smack dead in the woods.
True. I mean, I'm in the mountains. It
Mountains,
just
woods.
gives me a peace of mind. I just don't really like bugs. I don't hate them. I try to save them. I try to send them out if there's something cool, but I don't want them on me, you know? That's all.
Yeah, no, I got you. But
not in my bed.
People do use it on soap. For some reason, although researching the antifungal properties and help with wound healing, that's good. Yeah, no, I've just never known. So I like that you know, that's why I like having different people here, because centinela oil never came up and you're the first one to tell me that you use it. And I love knowing that.
I like to put my own candles and stuff too. So I have yet to use that in the candle yet, but I want to.
What candle you like to put it? You like to do what with the candle?
I said I love making candles. I haven't used centinela in a candle yet, but I look forward to doing that. There's other things.
Okay. We have a guest on today, and she's all pretty and made up. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Somatic RX has come to join us to talk about her product line. Okay, so let's get her on the phone. Let's get her in the stream. Got to use the right words.
Hello.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you guys
adorable.
today?
I'm doing fine.
You know, I had to come and look like something. I couldn't come, you know.
You're always so beautiful, though.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
You're glowing. How do you say your name?
So my company's name is Somatic RX, but my name is Destiny. So I'm always in the comments. Look, I'm always here in the comments.
Destiny is always in the comments. So I have a question for you. Somatic RX, what is your IG? That's very important.
So Somatic, it's my IG is Somatic, SOMATIC RX _.
I am
underscore.
Yes.
So it's Somatic _. Let me just pull it out real quick so I can.
Somatic RX _.
So what is your, because it sounds like a prescription for.
It does.
For what? Oh, I meant to get something.
For her.
I put it for everybody too.
So it's interesting how I came up with the name, because I had never heard of somatic. It just popped in my head, and so when you go look it up, it means kind of like mind and body, or far from the mind and something for the body. So I was like, okay, I'll just tuck that away, and then I was like, okay, well, maybe RX to go with it, because I felt like it was something that would just go good together. So that's kind of how I came up with the name.
I love it. The mind-body prescription.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, yeah, exactly.
So I asked Destiny to give me a description of her, of what her company is about, and so I'm going to say it. And she said, Somatic RX is a natural skincare company. We specialize in using natural butters and oils for our soaps, our butters, our serums, and etc. Our purpose is to heal skin problems. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. You said it right.
Is that some of your product line behind you? Do you have anything to show us?
So actually, I do. Yes. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to show you is our golden butter. Let me see. Can you see that?
The
Yes.
lecture.
So
Yes.
yes,
Bring,
so it's
bring
a
it a
little,
little closer. There you
There you
go. Oh,
okay.
yes.
golden bottle butter.
Gold,
So
it's
our
called
golden butter.
golden butter. Yes, yes.
Yes. So initially, the golden butter was made because my son has really bad eczema.
Mhm.
He ended up having a really, really, really bad outbreak when the pandemic started because we were in the house. We weren't going outside. Everybody, we were on lockdown.
Mhm.
So I was on the hunt. Mama Bear
Right.
was on the hunt trying to
Right.
figure out what was happening. And
Yes.
so I ended up, I've always been into like natural stuff anyway. So this was just putting this together and just doing a research behind it.
Yeah.
It came together and it started healing his skin. So this is like, it's good for if you have really like dry skin and things of that nature.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's
So
one
good for
thing.
adults. Good for adults and children is what you're saying.
Yes,
You?
yes,
Awesome.
yeah, because
That's
he's a
awesome.
kid.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I have another. I'll show you another couple of things. So then this may show up wrong due to the fact that I'm on a camera. It might show up backwards or it may show up correctly. So this
No,
is our.
it shows up correctly.
It
shows
does?
up
Okay, great.
correctly. Yes.
Okay, so this is our turmeric and charcoal bar. This is one of my favorite bars. So I started to have skin issues as well during the pandemic. I started to have cystic acne. And if you ever had cystic acne, it's horrible. You can't pop it. It hurts to touch it and everything. So I started to, of course, research and stuff like that. So I ended up researching these things and started to put them together, and it cleared my cystic acne. And then along with this, so I haven't put this out yet because it's in the sun right now, but it's an oil. And so this oil has roses in it, and this
Mhm.
went in conjunction with using the turmeric and charcoal soap. And I would just only do it and put it on for like breakouts, but it'll be up on a site probably today. So that really helped. And it has like grapeseed oil in it, of course, roses. It has argan oil and a couple of other oils in here. So it really
Okay.
helped my skin. And then I'll show you a couple of more things. Then I have the profile kit. So it's
Mhm.
our face kit. So we have the butter. I don't know if you can see it.
Mhm.
And
Good. Good.
this butter can go on the entire body. I use it on my entire body, even though it's with the face kit, but it can go on your face as well. And then I have a honey soap that goes along with the profile kit.
Oh, it goes
Um,
along with it. Okay.
yes,
Could
it
you show
goes
that
along.
last one up close again? Because I couldn't quite see it. First.
Just
Was it
hold it up. Hold it up for a
Yeah,
minute.
a
Try.
little
Try.
bit.
Okay,
One before that. One before that. The body
the
butter.
butter.
Just hold
Yeah.
it up for a
Okay,
minute. Hold it up.
Yeah,
Don't
so you
touch
can
it.
see
That's
it.
good. Just stay there a minute.
okay. So the
Profile
butter.
kit.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
Profile kit.
got it.
We're good. We're good.
All right. Okay. So then, did you get a chance to get the soap? Did you see that?
I did. No.
Okay. All right.
Put the soap up. Put the soap up. No. Put the profile kit up. The
Okay.
honey soap.
So here's the soap.
Just let it sit there for a minute. And you
Okay.
call it honey soap?
Yeah, it's a part of our profile kit, but this is it's honey soap.
Thank you. We see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then it's a serum that goes with the profile kit. And this serum has sweet almond oil, vitamin E. So you can put this on
Oh.
at night, during the day. It a little bit goes a long way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's light.
Okay. So where is everyone? Why did I mess it up like that?
Uh-oh.
Okay, I wanted all four of us on because
Okay.
you were being soloed, and so
Okay.
everybody else wasn't on. But I do want to tell you that I brought your profile kit. I have not used the soap yet. It's packaged so pretty that I didn't want to open it.
Okay.
But At the time that I brought the profile cream, can you show that one again?
Yes.
Turn it around. At the time, I brought this and I brought the serum. So I use this. Thank you, Destiny. I use the profile kit cream just because. So sometimes I haven't been eating well lately, and it's because just some things have happened to me, and when things happen, I eat. And I just need comfort food. I go back to carbs. I've been going back to carbs. I've been avoiding all of these bad foods. I brought them all back in, and my body's not happy.
Okay.
And I'm getting an allergic reaction to something I ate. And so sometimes I get it on the side of my neck. Sometimes my neck swells up. It's really bad. Sometimes I get some stuff like right here. And I thought, I've got this cream. I'm just going to put it on. It happened to be sitting in front of me. We were in book club. It just happened to be there. And I just rubbed it on just because I had nothing else to rub. I didn't want to get up from book club and go find what I normally put on. The next day, this had diminished greatly. So because I get these allergic reactions, I also get something underneath my breast, right? So I thought, okay, if this thing can take care of that, let me put it underneath my breast. Let me put it on the side here. When I tell you that profile kit has gotten rid of the external reaction to my food that I'm having, although what I need to do is not eat the food, and I know that, but it still got rid of the external.
Wow.
No, I was shocked.
Well,
what happens is if I don't catch it fast enough, and because doctors don't know what it is, so the only thing that really helps it is Benadryl. And if I don't catch it fast enough, meaning if I don't recognize I'm having allergic reaction, I can swell up very easily and miss it. So I forget that my neck can look like it's just terrible. Like it's like a triple thing going on, swollen.
Wow.
And if I don't catch it fast enough, when the reaction comes onto my external skin, it could take 5 weeks to get rid of.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I've been going because I have an allergy to food. And I know this, but if I'm not in the right state of mind, if I'm a little depressed, like Michelle Obama admitted, then I'll eat comfort foods. But when I eat comfort foods, I'm not eating food in my house.
Oh.
I'm buying it out in the street.
Right. Okay.
So that means they're using seasonings and flours and stuff that's not
Right.
good for me.
To be honest, too, because anytime you eat out, there's like 5 times more sodium in anything than you do when you make it, or grease and butter, which can make people's stomachs upset. But it might be a lot of salt, to be honest. Sodium.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Chelsea, I could taste, because it's been out my system, so I could literally taste the salt level is too high. And I know it. Do you know what I mean? So it absolutely is sodium, because people think salt is what drives the flavor. It isn't. Herbs drive the flavor.
Herbs do.
But if I'm not in a healthy state of mind, that you have to admit, I have been eating poorly for the past 3 weeks. But when by the way, I made a commitment today. I had one last fried chicken, mashed potatoes, yams. Today, I'm done.
That's the way to go out. I'll tell you that. That sounds really good.
That's a lot of pepper.
Oh, thank you.
What you say, Bella? What you say?
That I just made my order right now on her site.
I saw you with your head down. I saw you.
Rose soap.
I will, but I haven't.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna go pee really bad. Is it okay if I come right back?
Yeah.
I mean, better than me peeing in front of you or something. So
Look,
I gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
Well, she's like, I gotta
I have no idea where she's going.
go.
None. But I was really surprised at the profile kit. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is that serum, I only dab it on my eyes, right? Especially where you can get crow's feet. I've always done that anyway. But however, when you said, well, Tracy's dad's glowing, Tracy's dad, what is happening to Tracy? We had this group that we're in. I was like, I'm not even gonna tell these bitches what it is. I ain't gonna tell y'all. It was your serum.
Shut up.
No, it was. Pull it up. Pull up the serum.
Oh gosh, and I love this serum. Like,
it was your serum.
Yeah, this serum is really good.
Let me highlight you. It was this serum. It was that had me glowing.
Yes, it's really. I love this serum. Like, it's light too. It's not like
you don't put a lot on.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's a filler. Thank you, Destiny.
You're welcome.
It's a filler. It's a filler. So what I've learned, because it is a filler, I'm starting to get all of this down here. But lately it comes very naturally. So I put it here, put it around my eyes, especially where I can get the crow's feet underneath my eyes, because it doesn't really matter. Underneath the eyes, the crow's feet, and right here, and it literally, it's like Botox. It changed everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, because it has castor oil in it, you guys, edges.
Yes.
Because I know from experience, when I bleached my hair and then I was pulling it back, I ripped out all this.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only thing that brought it back. Thank God it came back.
That's right. Well, thank God you knew better to not be so abusive to yourself.
Yeah, but castor oil works great for edges, growing back your eyebrows and your eyelashes too.
And your eyelashes. Yep, it does. I love castor oil. I use it in all my soaps too. Castor oil.
Yep. So that's a good, because I should have ordered some extra serum.
I'm telling you, Chelsea, you didn't hear this part. The serum that I
heard like a lot of cackling. I mean, laughing.
You heard everything? Oh, you just heard I was laughing. She has this serum that I use on my eyes, and then I did a video. When I did the video, everybody was like, "Why is she glowing? What is happening to her? Blah 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 blah." And I was I ain't telling nobody what's happening. It was her serum. So show it one more time so Chelsea could see it too.
Okay. So this serum is in the profile kit. So you'll get with the profile kit, you'll get the serum, the butter that Tracy was talking about, and the honey soap.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make some of my own too, because I have my own little regimens, but a lot of stuff I buy is just it's crazy, I love it.
Chelsea, we're all a group of women of entrepreneurs. So whatever you want to make it. Just do it. What else you got?
I'm making my own body scrub too.
Okay, you said what? Like I'm like,
what else you got?
Let's see what else I have. For sure I have the pure turmeric soap. So turmeric is just good for everything. Can you see it?
Now come in. Don't
be afraid.
There you go.
Yeah,
yes.
Turmeric is just good for everything. If you're like, because we drink it, bathe in it. It's good for turmeric is one of the ingredients that I have in my golden butter too. So it's really just overall good. So I just love turmeric. So that's another thing that is, I think everyone should have turmeric in their regimen somewhere.
Yes.
Any autoimmune disorders, any sort of inflammation, any irritation, turmeric gets rid of that.
Yes, it does.
I can't wait to try that because I've actually never bathed in turmeric. Like I never have, but I put it in food and stuff, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds really exciting to try out.
Yeah. Turmeric is really good.
Also, you said that turmeric helps lightening some parts of your skin because
yes, it does.
many of us wind up with dark thighs, dark underarms.
Yes.
And it helps lighten, like make it more even.
Right.
Even skin tone.
Then I have another bar that's really good for that. So this soap was made behind my little brother. So he was having really bad hyperpigmentation. So like it was like really bad. And so he started using this and he was like, I think he's getting lighter. He's 14. So he was like, I think he's getting lighter. So this, and of course, you know, lemon has that property of lightening things up. So in the midst of having turmeric, lemon, and shea butter is a lightener as well. So it'll help lighten some things up. So that's
what do you mean by hyperpigmentation? What was happening to him?
So he was having really of course he's a 14-year-old. So he started to have like little acne and he would pop it, which I tell him not to do. Do not pop it because you're going to make it 10 times worse. And so then he was saying that like around his neck area, he was having hyperpigmentation as well in his cheeks. So I was like, okay, well, try this. And then you probably need to moisturize more because 14-year-old boys, you know, sometimes they don't care. So they're not into all of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me just make this for you. And can you just use it and then tell me what it does? And he was like, okay, I'll do it. And so he said it's been working great for him. So I'm like, yay. So that's the story behind that one.
You know what, Destiny? I noticed that a lot of girls have one color face and a different color neck.
Yes.
So would that soap help even all of that out?
Yeah, it'll help even it out for sure.
If you have a different color neck too, that's an early sign that you have a sugar sensitivity.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, most sugar issues show up in your skin before anything else. So if you suddenly start and you're not pregnant or it's not connected to your hormones, and you start getting like itchy rashes or like the under boob thing that you were talking about, sugar makes the yeast overgrow in our body and it presents itself as like rashes like in the creases of your groin, under your breasts, in your even on the inside of your arms. And if you start getting dark spots or like real itchy spots, that's like your skin telling you like stop eating sugar.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense because what I've been eating has been against me.
What you're talking about, like you're talking about sweat zones, like you know, under boob sweat, armpit. When you have your arm like this and you're in the heat, you get sweat right the sides of the groin. Okay, these are sweat spots. Your leg spots. That's your body expelling something that it doesn't need, and also a lot of like salt and stuff. Those are the spots that she's talking about, though, for sure. I mean, I don't know about it, but I do know that those are like sweat spots she's talking about.
Well, this makes so much sense because I haven't been eating well, and all of those sweat spots have been activated.
Yeah,
that makes so much sense now. I gotta go back to eating what I just have to. I can't do this anymore. Fuck food. I'm over food. No food.
Same thing happens to me too. So like I've been on a sugar high, like soda, candy. I'm like, what is happening? As soon as I stop doing that carbs for like until Wednesday, I've lost my mind. Yeah, completely lost it. And I've been eating really bad.
Sugar is like crack. You get so addicted.
Oh yeah.
Just crave it. It's so hard to get it. But a lot of people, we don't even have diabetes, but we do have insulin resistance, or we're just extra sensitive to sugar. Like to me, if I eat like a handful of gummy bears tonight when I go lay down to go to bed, I'm going to be scratching my arms and start to itch. Like I am extremely sensitive to it.
I don't really have sugar in my diet. Well, I mean, not much. Certain things have sugar. The other glass of wine has sugar in it, but I never crave. I've never had a sweet tooth really. Like I don't eat pancakes when I was little. I never ate cereal. I'm weird, but I have a major salt tooth. So like, I love bread and I love salt. So that's my idea. I don't know how to live without salt and
Oh my
bread.
God, that's the
Love
nationwide
carbs.
killer. But those are the nationwide killers: salt and bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, salt and bread. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
But if you
And
just
for some others, for some
I'll just
others, rice. You add rice to the mix. My Mexican people, my Caribbean people, my
Right,
Asian people. You add rice
right.
to any American diet,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
like bread and sugar. And man, you've got a whole host of diabetics, and we have got to stop.
Yeah. Well, and if you notice that you have those sensitivities to sugar, also be very wary of yeast. You have to starve it out of your body and kill it because
Yes.
in you and it creates all these like infections and inflammations in your body, and then that's where you really start to get rashes and weird things and everything. So that's why you definitely, if you're trying to do a yeast cleanse, definitely do not eat any sugar while you're on it because they breed each other.
They don't go together.
And
Yeah.
you can't have,
never
it's
been
not
a
like,
beer
oh,
person,
I'm
but
not
I
getting
think beer has a lot of yeast.
Yeah, that
it's
makes
like
sense.
bread. You can't have bread.
Bread, beer, certain things.
Well, because this is my last day, it's like a crack addict. You're absolutely right. Or an alcoholic. You ever have like a drug addict or alcoholic, and they're like, "You've got to go in rehab tomorrow," and they're like, "Okay, one last hit," and then they die, right?
Oh, oh man, took a dark turn.
So you're not going to go through but I agree.
You always hear that. You always hear, and he was going into rehab tomorrow. And I'm like, he took that last good hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've always thought about this, like people, so many people are like, oh, that person smokes, that person drinks, that person does this. Well, you know what? And people get all high and mighty because if you don't do it, it's very easy to be like, well, I don't do that. But then what do you do? Because I feel like, and people feel like, oh, I have an addictive personality. I think most people have an addictive personality. I think it just depends on the type of addiction. All right, so more people in the United States are obese or overweight, and this is because they're addicted to food, they're addicted to sugar, or they're addicted to salt, to carbs. You know, some people are addicted to pills, some people are addicted to. People always think drugs or alcohol. They don't always think about the other things. Some people are addicted to working out, so they work out till they pass out on a treadmill. That's not healthy for you either. It's too strenuous on your heart, okay? This is why I don't run every day. I don't run every day. But I do like to get some exercise in when I push myself. But I'm just saying, I think some people are addicted to gambling. Some people are addicted to buying things. I have a little bit of that addiction.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm addicted to buying things.
You know.
Well, wait a second. It's not that you're. Wait a second, Chelsea. It's not that any of us are addicted to buying things. We wound up in the COVID. We had to look at only each other, and we needed Amazon. We needed Amazon, Chelsea.
How dare Amazon show us such nice things?
Businesses, Tracy.
Shame on you, Amazon. You have destroyed my life and my credit card.
What you say, Bella?
I said, no, we do not need Amazon. We need Black-owned businesses.
Well, no, I'm saying before the whole COVID, in terms of addiction and buying things, but you're absolutely right. We do need Black-owned businesses. Yeah, but listen to me.
I was just teasing.
No, I know. Destiny. So,
yes.
Psychic Bella said, which me and my son have the same allergy to zinc. And when I buy elderberry, I cannot buy elderberry with zinc. I can have zinc, but it has to be in a minuscule amount. Zinc was one of the properties I kept hearing that's important in avoiding the COVID. So, what have you been doing about this allergic reaction to zinc, Bella, with your son?
Oh, the reason why that was said was because Naima Lux said anything for diaper rash, and I was telling her that I used Aquaphor and body butter on his booty when he was a baby because he was allergic to zinc and it made diaper rash.
Got it.
That was the part of that, and I was just saying I was gonna ask Tracy, or not Tracy, Destiny. Sorry, I'm getting everybody's names confused now. Because she was asking what do you have that she could, if she could use the body butter for a diaper rash, because you have questions in here from people about the
Yeah,
process.
I'm starting to look because I'm on my phone, but I'm on my laptop now looking and trying to answer questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all got caught up and off topic, and I was like, all these people want to order, so let's make sure that we get their questions answered.
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I'm seeing questions because, you know, I'm on my phone, but usually I'm on my laptop. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm seeing questions.
Destiny, somebody asked about their feet, but I can't find it now. I thought I highlighted it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Somebody
About
said,
feet?
is it good for your feet? But now I don't know what she was talking about.
Okay.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll
Because
find
even
it.
when I get off, I'm going to go back and try to answer as many questions as possible.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys are seeing all the questions. I've seen like 3. So, but I wanted to say something about diaper rash stuff and everything. I think it works different for different children. Some people have more dry skin, some maybe not as much dry skin, but they get that butt rash, that crotch rash, whatever. It makes them very uncomfortable. Okay, so I study some different stuff. I find baths to be very helpful. And the one thing I was going to say that helped tremendously, which just sounds crazy, is baking powder.
For diaper rash?
Yeah, put them in a bath and put
in
a bunch of baking powder.
Okay.
Like, you know, like the original like orange box.
Yes.
Pour a bunch of that in the tub.
Yes.
And some people say you can even sprinkle it like in that area.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it works wonders. I did the Aquaphor too, but sometimes too much of that lotion stuff can, I don't know, it helps,
irritate them more.
It's hard, yeah. And sometimes it's like you put it in the diaper, so it's kind of like you put it in a diaper or underwear, it kind of like keeps it in there. Sometimes I think that they need like fresh air, like let it air out.
Yes. No, my mother used to say that. My mother used to say, if you get a rash down there, just let the baby walk around naked. Like it's all that drama with babies. Babies can walk around half naked. Put a t-shirt on. Let the bottom.
Use the baking powder in a bathtub. I'm telling you. And also another one is oatmeal. So I make my little bags. I put fresh organic oatmeal, tie it up, dip that back, or you can buy your own. That is also good for eczema, rashes. Troubled skin.
I love oatmeal. Yeah.
With your own little bags, you just squeeze it in that hot water before you let it get a little less hot. You know, you squeeze it and it's like milk. But if you've ever felt that, oh my gosh, it's like the most soothing thing ever, and it smells good.
Yes,
you can use it on your face, and it smells so good, but it feels like this like coating of. I love it. Makes me want to take a bath later.
So Destiny. Sorry, Chel. So, Destiny, you may have answered this already, but I'm going to have you answer it again. Do you have anything that helps with discoloration or even skin, face, and body? Just answer it again. But I know you did answer it, but I just want you to do it again.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, the shea butter, turmeric, and lemon bar soap.
Show it again. Show it again. Show the product. Sorry, sweetie. I'm bossy.
Okay.
Shea butter, turmeric, and lemon. Okay.
So that bar is really good for that. And then the turmeric bar is really good for that as well.
Okay.
I can't wait to try it.
Okay. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
You're on my list to order.
Look. Yeah, so
you're on my list of online shopping order.
You know, discoloration, hyperpigmentation.
Yeah. Okay.
And it can go on your face and on your entire body.
Well, you know, I have to say, if you are any proof of what you are creating. Your skin is gorgeous.
Thank you. Look,
And I know
look.
you said you had acne.
Yeah, it was bad too. Like, and I had never had acne. So me creating these products, like, they really work because I'm one of the testimonies. And then two, another person who has did the combination too, which is Melissa. She's in one of our groups. Her skin, like, she had acne and then she
I
started
remember she
using.
said that. Yeah.
Yes. And if you see it on my Instagram for the turmeric and charcoal soap, it's on my Instagram. You see her skin go from having bumps to basically not having any. So it worked.
What did she purchase from you?
So she purchased the turmeric and charcoal soap. Here, let me show it again.
Yes, always show it. But
Yes,
by the way,
always show it.
I'm in love with charcoal. I brush my teeth with just charcoal now.
Yes, charcoal. Me too.
That's all I brush my teeth with. I love charcoal now. So is that the charcoal that you're using? Is that the same thing?
This is the same thing I'm using for my skin.
Okay.
Yeah, I use this faithfully every day, and it keeps my breakouts to minimum to none. So
I have a question here. When will the oil with the roses be available? I don't see it, says Kira.
It's going up probably in about an hour. So usually what I do is when I prepare them, I sit them in the sun, which is they're charged by the sun. Look. So
you didn't mention the money soap. Has it been sold out?
It's sold out. Oh wow!
Is it?
It must be.
Well, let me tell y'all, I gotta go get my money soap, but I have to go to the bathroom as well. So y'all keep talking. Let me put everybody back on. I'm gonna get my soap because here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. I got the hookup. I got all the hookup to all the good stuff. So I get my stuff first.
Yes, she does.
I want to say one last thing because I actually have to leave here soon. I don't know how to leave early, but that's a possibility. But I wanted to say, number one, too, besides I love serums, so I can't wait to buy that and the turmeric stuff. But I also wanted to say, who doesn't have skin problems somewhere in their body, right?
Exactly.
It's great. And also, have you not noticed? Well, everyone's leaving. Tracy's shirt matches her background. Am I the only one who has noticed this?
Look, maybe.
Her shirt is like, I want to say one thing that I've noticed. Okay, so I get like, I don't know if it's called eczema or more so like, I don't know what it's called. You know, like when people get like those little, you've seen it, people get that little bit of rash, little bumps on this side of their arms, and then like on the outside of your thighs.
Oh,
it's what is it called?
KP, the chicken skin.
Okay, so I get that. Now, I used to always pick at it. I understand pickers. It's just fun to pick. I mean, but it's not good for your skin. So, what has helped me with that, and I think also helps with eczema too, is get a really good scrubber. And I think you should work on, because I love all the things that you were talking about. I can't wait to try them out. A really good body scrub because if you haven't already, because exfoliation is that and lotion are the two things that really make your skin glow and be radiant and youthful. It's keeping hydrated and it's scrubbing away that dead skin, you know, and that really helps. When I do that, my skin is way smoother, and I can go like a month or 2 or 3 without having those little bumps anymore. So I think it's exfoliating, maybe not every day, but like, you know, maybe once a week or something. Scrub that part of your body wherever you're having. You can even use oatmeal stuff, but I do think that exfoliation is a very good, very important part of staying young and youthful and have your skin glow and be bright. And Tracy, when you were gone, I was saying how you blend in with your background. I don't know if you noticed.
I blend in.
You guys see it now. Did you do that on purpose? No. You see it now? You see it now. Trace there.
I didn't even realize I was
Oh my
blending in with
gosh,
the background. That is the funniest thing ever.
What the? That's amazing. Yeah. We only all matched our backgrounds. Come on, guys. Sense of humor.
That's
Trace,
funny.
I said some good things, but is it okay if I leave a little bit early this time? I don't know how
Yes.
much you guys are going to be around, but
It doesn't matter. That's the good part about this show. We're not normal people.
Not at all.
thank God that's
We're
even.
not professional. I'm not trying to be professional. I tell everyone, even Colleen, I'm like, if you have to go, go. I
Yeah.
tell Yemi, if you have to go, go. It's not that big of a deal. I love your energy, and I thank you so much. And if you want to come back next week, come back next week.
I would love to. It was so nice seeing you, Bella. So nice meeting you, Destiny.
Say bye to Chelsea.
So nice meeting you too. Bye.
Products. I said you're glowing. I think I was on point, by the way.
Look, thank you.
She's totally glowing. So I just bye, Chelsea. Thank you.
Bye, Chelsea.
I just thank you, Tracy. Say goodbye. Love you all.
Bye, sweetie. Bye.
Bye.
I'll talk to you soon.
I think you have to close your camera out. Wait. Yeah. Oh, I think I can. No, I can remove you. I can remove you. Hold on.
Alrighty. Oh, Destiny, people want to know more about the money soap. I know Melissa said the Wild Rose body scrub is sold out. I was like,
sold out. Yeah, I'm just seeing it
so bad too.
Let me show the money soap. I don't want anybody to get jealous. Do not get jealous. I'm sorry, but this is the money soap.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
And let me tell you something. During the COVID, you get that money soap. You want that stimulus package? You get this money soap.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it brings in money.
Yes, it does.
It does. And it smells really good too. One thing about
me, second bar.
One thing about me, I love scents that smell really good. So if you're buying from me, it's gonna smell like either the earth or it's gonna smell like really good. Another favorite is, besides the money soap, is the watermelon soap. Everybody loves that too.
I love
the watermelon
that
soap smells really good too.
I use that only for hand soap because I have to wash my hands between readings because it's a way of getting rid of someone's energy. So I wash my hands and I let the water take the energy of the previous. And so I use your watermelon soap for that.
Yeah. So it's really, I love the smell of it. And it was interesting because my ex-boyfriend bought that from me. And he said that, and maybe it's a guy thing or a guy's skin, but he said he washed his face with it and did his whole entire body. And I was like, really? You washed your face? And he was like, yeah, I washed my face. And then I know Gio said she washed her hair with the, I think the shea butter, turmeric, and lemon one. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember she said that. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And she didn't mention anything about like it stripping it or anything. So I found that very interesting as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I have
purposes.
Exactly. I have some other soaps too. I have a sea moss soap, and sea moss, a lot of people, drink that. So it has, I think, is it 71? Is it 71 of the 94 minerals and vitamins, I believe. So that's a really good one, and it actually has the sea moss and the bits actually in the soap. Yeah. So it's like an exfoliator at the same time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right, sweetie. I hope everyone enjoyed Destiny, tell us the name of your company again.
So it's Somatic RX. And my website is Somatic, SOMATICRX.co. And our IG is Somatic RX _.
Okay, all spelled the same way.
Same way.
SOMATICRX
Yes.
_ on IG.co
Yes.
for your website.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm
Good to know.
putting it in the comments over and over because somebody kept asking. I don't think they saw my comment.
Okay. Because as soon as I get off, I'm gonna go back in and go and start answering more
Absolutely.
questions.
Absolutely. All right, honey, you can get going. And thank
All
you
right.
so much.
you,
Thank you for
so
having
much. I
me.
really appreciate you coming on board. I appreciate your skincare line for healthy living.
Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing that you created this, and I appreciate you. And the packaging, it's just you did a really good job. And everybody get the money soap. You got to
Yeah.
get the money soap during the COVID.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is the butter. What's it called? Profile.
The profile butter. Yeah.
The profile body butter. This is the
Mhm.
butter that actually helped with those parts of my allergy
Yeah. And you got
from the foods I've been eating.
Destiny is just an amazing person to support anyways. She has such a big
Yes,
heart. She's like one of the kindest people I've met. She's so knowledgeable.
truly.
She's so sweet. You know, she puts her foot in her products with that good energy. So you can
Yes.
feel
Definitely.
comfortable too, because I'm always very wary of putting stuff on my body and letting my skin absorb it from just anybody's energy. So, but the fact that I'm like, I will cover myself head to toe in anything that Destiny makes speaks a lot for her.
Yeah.
Well, and she proves it. You walk and talk in
Yeah.
kindness.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't buy that. You
No.
can't buy who you are. You have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
definitely. Yes.
Thank you,
All
sweetie.
right.
Get going.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and spread love and light. We got to do that in the COVID. Look, I have to say that be positive during this time because it's so important for us to be this way and care for others.
Yes.
That's what we're missing right now. We have to care for other people because if we don't, we're not going to get out of this. So
Yeah.
I just have to say that. But I love
Especially
you all.
during the Mars retrograde. So we
Yes.
appreciate you saying that.
Yes.
Woo.
All right. Well,
Thank you, sweetie.
I'm out. All right. I'll see you guys later.
So Bella, it's just you and I. I don't mind. You and I are the only ones that like the Royals. What the hell is happening with the Royals, Bella?
Well, a lot of shit between Prince Andrew, then Meghan and Harry running off, and now all of Barbados is running away from the Queen.
Let me tell you, I think it's going to be a domino effect.
Yeah, well, they said Jamaica's next. Then Jamaica's already talked. They're going to vote on it this week.
It's going to be a domino effect. Here's the thing. Listen, why the hell? Okay, so I did some research, right? And I discovered that is it the UK or England? The UK, right? Owns most of the world.
Yep.
They have something like 32 countries
Yep.
that they own.
Yeah, they call it part of their Commonwealth.
Yeah. None of us like that.
No, and the thing that's crazy about it is, and I just learned this in the last year, is that like places like Barbados and Jamaica, all they really get is like, oh, well, I can say that the Queen runs us or whatever bullshit, but they pay taxes to the UK, but they don't really get any UK benefits back.
None. Let me tell you, I went on a cruise about 2 years ago, and I hadn't realized it until I did the research today. We went to all of the European-owned countries.
Mm-hmm.
The cruise line with all these Americans,
Yeah,
full of Americans, went to all the European countries. And here's what I've noticed, and my son can testify. They are broke in those countries well before the COVID.
Yeah.
They are poor. And then they had the nerve to take us on a tour, which costs $15 per person, in a raggedy car to show us land that people were living on that was poor. There was
Yeah.
nothing to see in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
There was nothing to see in any of the islands. And by design, once I saw one island, I was like, I can't believe this shit. Like, because I was trying to figure out where else to live. And I'm an island girl. So why wouldn't I go to one of the islands, right? Although I hadn't realized they were owned by the Europeans, right? In any case, went to one island and I was like, okay, this is not good. But I'm not saying it out loud because it's not my business. I'm in their
Yeah.
land. And on purpose, every time we landed somewhere, I took a tour because I was trying to see where could I live. You know what I found out? I can't live in any of those countries. They're poor.
Yep.
And only the tourists in gated communities live well.
Yep. And that's the thing too. They've set it up so the only way that they have to make any money on tourism, which obviously now due to COVID, they're all suffering. But then they have
Right.
to turn around and pay so much in taxes back to the Commonwealth and the Queen.
Yes.
But they don't get any benefit out of it. They really don't. Nothing. They don't get.
Let me tell you something.
They don't get shit for it.
Let me tell you something. I even went to Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
separate and apart from the cruise. I went to the cruise for my birthday with a whole group of people. And I don't know, maybe it was 6 months later, 8 months later, I went to Jamaica. Let me tell you, the beach does not belong to the Jamaicans.
Yep.
They banned the people that live there from the beach, and they have the hotels on the beach. They have security guards blocking where the tourists live. And of course, we're ignorant, right? We're Americans, sloppy Americans. We don't see the restrictions, right? And so we start to walk along the beach, and they went to stop us. And we were like, what's happening? And they were like, oh, it's private, blah, 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 blah. And we were like, no, I don't understand that. And we want to use the restroom. We want to buy some jewelry from that person over there. And as Americans, we just went, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not trying to stop Americans, by the way. So they weren't going to argue with us.
Yeah.
But I found it despicable and then gave the islanders what they call a city beach, a tiny, tiny section.
Yep.
Despicable. And I remember, I don't know if I said this to anyone because everyone thinks I'm a little weird. And I was in a group of people that, just discovered that I was a psychic. So, it can be intimidating. So I don't know if I said this to anyone, but I remember thinking, this was 2 years ago. I remember thinking there's going to be a revolution.
Yeah.
Because this cannot stay. I didn't know there was going to be a revolution in America. But I remember thinking, when are these people going to fight for their land back?
Yeah. Well, I've been saying for the last 2 years, the next world war is not going to be a bunch of countries fighting each other, but the people within their own countries fighting for what's theirs to come back to them. And
It's
to
time.
fight corruption, because people are tired of being starved, controlled, oppressed,
Yeah.
all of the shit that they're going through. And I
Yeah.
kept saying it was going to be like a domino effect. You see one country do it, it's like, if Iran did it, then Venezuela and North Korea are like, well, then if they can do it, we can too. And everybody's going to start, and that's what it's going to be. It's a bunch of countries at war themselves.
Yes.
I mean, China will be at war with other people, trust me, because they just have it coming. But the rest of the countries, we're not.
Well, let's take a look. What's a good question? If you can't figure it out, maybe we can ask the audience. With now that we know that Barbados is like, fuck you, Queen, we're not doing you anymore. What I can tell you guys, if you guys don't understand the power of their money, though, is that when Haiti fought for their life, they absolutely made them the poorest Caribbean country.
Yeah.
They punished them.
Yeah.
Remember, we weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
The Europeans brought us from Africa on slave ships, and the Europeans went to the Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
So when they dropped us, when they gave us our independence, they also said, fuck you, and never gave us resources.
Yeah.
St. Thomas is American, though. Gianna says St. Thomas tourist part is beautiful. Sand stores, beautiful water, blue. But go down the sides roads, not good. Really? In Wait, you know what? I was looking for homes in St. Thomas. And I was really surprised at what some of the homes look like in St. Thomas. So I can agree with you. Because I kept coming down in the price. And every time I came down in the price, these homes were made out of sticks and stones. It was terrible.
I have friends in Jamaica, and even like the rich ones, they don't even, you have to pick. You get you are lucky if you even have a washing machine in your house, because they don't have the infrastructure for the electricity and the water to be able to maintain it. It's not even about like we can't afford it or we couldn't put it in, but it's like, if we have the washing machine and the dryer in our house, we're going to overload the circuits and the whole town will lose electricity. Because they route all the resources, all the electricity, all the internet to the tourist areas, and everybody else.
Yes, got it.
So, well, we should, Canada is also part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, parts of Canada,
yeah.
Right? Not all of Canada, parts of it.
I'm not sure, but because Queen Victoria is still on a lot of their money, which was Queen Elizabeth's grandmother. Her dad was Queen Victoria's son. And then that was why Harry and Meghan, when they left, they went there first because Canada's providing them with security and like a safety net, because they were still part of that. And then when they completely were like, no, fuck it, we're done. It was like, okay, now we have to go to America. So we should see, like, maybe we should just ask, like, is there more to come outside of the Caribbean? Because there's also Scotland, there's Ireland, there's other
New Zealand.
Yeah,
New Zealand.
I have no doubt that all the Caribbean countries are going to band together. But I
actually think for right now, because I just checked, and Canada is solely owned by the Queen. Which I think is interesting because it's almost equal parts in terms of size with America. So it's not too shocking that they took the top part and we have, what's underneath. That's not too surprising, actually. Yeah. I think that was well coordinated and well calculated, right?
Yeah.
I think the Caribbeans are about black care. That's what I think. Yeah. I don't know about Canada or New Zealand or any of those other countries, but I think, what are the Caribbeans going to do about black care? I remember I was in one of the islands. I can't remember which one now. And the guy complains. He's like, we have this what woman on our money. Who is she? Who is she? And I remember thinking that's so disrespectful. But now I'm thinking he's absolutely right. Who is she?
Yeah. Well,
so yeah, let's see the downfall of the Queen and the Caribbean Isle. Because I think it comes down to black hair.
Yeah, she's the largest private landowner in the world.
In the world, yes.
She owns massive amounts of forests in Canada where, like, they can't even build on it. It's just, wild areas. And then I know that what I was reading today was about them fighting back against colonialism and taking back what belongs to Black people. Yeah. And they said that it was actually inspired by seeing Black Americans standing up and demanding to be treated equally, that they were like, we suffered from colonialism too. You know what? Screw that. Let's get rid of
this day. To this day, they suffer from it.
Yeah.
And
So they're like,
I just
screw
think it's
that.
interesting in terms of Black hair, how across the country we have been somewhat afraid to stand up and say, no, no more, no more.
Yeah.
So it's not just in America. South Africa suffers to this day. I don't even care that, don't believe that they have their independence. They really don't. There are women missing in South Africa every day.
Yeah.
So they do not have their independence. They're making them believe that they do.
Yeah.
Getting off of them. The Caribbean, it is about being colonized and
Yeah.
not wanting that anymore. And I totally believe you when you say they watch Americans. Yeah, stand up, people. Enough already. Call on the Orishas, and I guarantee. And she is too weak to fight.
Mm-hmm.
She, much like the Americans, are an embarrassment to the whole world.
Yeah.
The other power country, the UK, the Queen, is an embarrassment.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has to end. It just has to end.
Yeah. And I just want to address something in the comments because somebody said the royals are becoming an embarrassment to the UK thanks to Andrew, and Meghan and Harry now is so embarrassing. What did Meghan and Harry do except say we don't want to be a part of this shit show anymore and we want to go
Yeah.
live our own lives?
Andrew is your pedophile. So Andrew is the embarrassment.
Yeah, but
And
Harry
that's it.
didn't do anything except say that if you can't treat us right, then what's the point of us staying here? We can go do by ourselves the same exact
I
thing
love them.
here.
I absolutely love Meghan and Harry. Like, I love their style. I love the way they got out. I love
Yep.
the way the Queen went on vacation, and then they said, "Hey, Queen, we're going to go on vacation too. We're going to go to Canada because
Yep.
Canada's safe for them, right? Canada's safe, right? Because why? If she would have said America, then she would have gotten some resistance. But she didn't say America. She said Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and then made the choice to come back. Good for you, Meghan. Smart.
Yep.
You and Harry are the best thing that's ever come out of the UK.
Yep. They really are. And that's the thing is, they never did anything. They went to their little ribbon cuttings. They raised their money for charity. They did what they were supposed to, and they still got shit on constantly. So it's like,
Yes.
you know what? We could go make more of a difference on our own. So why do we need to sit here and deal with all of this crap? And on top of it, we can't even leave our son alone in the room with you because you're a freaking monster. Like, no, bye.
Yes.
Like, we have a kid
Or
to
like
worry about. Bye.
I really got that Megan couldn't even leave her child with the nanny.
Yeah.
So Petros underscore 17 says, they act woke, which annoys a lot of grounded people. It was good they left the family though. And he's talking about the royals. They act like they're a part of a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Terry W says, let me just put this up. The royals have no power, though, even in UK or Commonwealth. And Terry, you're absolutely right. The
Yeah.
problem is the perception that they have power. But the perception of their power is going to change, and it will change drastically. So it's going to get to the point where there's not going to be no such thing as the royals. And let me tell you something. Are they really the royals? When you really check their history, they brought their crown.
Yep. Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth's husband, that they wouldn't even give the time of day to even call him anything more than Prince Philip, has more royal blood in him than she does.
Wow.
Because his family, his mom is actually related. They have the same grandma actually because they're cousins, which is why some of them people look the way that they do because they be looking kind of funny. But I mean, they're not first cousins or whatever, but they share the same great grandma. And but actually they use him, like they were saying that he's related to more people in royalty anyways. They use his DNA to identify when they pull up like dead bodies and excavate them and try to figure out, like, are these people royal? They use Prince Philip's DNA to identify if he's related to those people, and then say, okay, well, this must have been a prince or a queen or somebody.
And this is the thing that they hid from you all. They are absolutely Germans. They are
Yep.
not English.
Yep. Yeah, Queen Victoria was almost full-blooded German.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, MB Online. Thank you. And then Gianna says Megan was treated like shit because she's half black.
Yeah.
Absolutely, sweetie. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason why she was treated like shit, because of the color of her skin.
Yes. Go look up on YouTube. I think her name is Katie Hopkins. She's on there, and she said, first of all, mind you, this lady is older than me and Tracy probably combined. If not, she just aged horrendously with all that hate in her heart. And she goes, nobody told him to go marry a Black American. He's my prince. He's not yours. He doesn't belong to you, Megan. And she's a freaking reporter too. She was talking so much shit, and then she goes, it's all in her head that it's racist. I'm like, bitch, every word you just said before this was racist. What are you talking about? So it's like, just that alone shows anybody, because, you know, like, we didn't really hear a whole lot because we're on the American side of things.
Right.
So it was reported in our news, unless you really paid attention on YouTube where people were telling you stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't really know, like, what was being said about her. So that's why I fell down the rabbit hole watching these things, trying to see, like, what are they doing to this poor girl? And then I seen it, and I was like, oh my God, no wonder this poor thing was crying so hard at the African documentary when they asked her, are you okay? And she looked like she was about to have a mental breakdown. And
she was screaming inside. She was like, no, it was literally a get out moment. She was like, no, save me. Like, trying to tell this reporter, you have no idea. It's hell here.
Home with you.
Oh my God. You have no idea. It was so sad. And I remember looking at that, and there's power in words, right, guys? And so I remember looking at that, and I remember saying to myself, Megan, just get out. Just make a move. Like, you seriously, energetically can change and get inside somebody's spirit and their energy. And seriously, energy works. And I remember, no magic needed. The magic was my energy into hers. And I was like, you're not trapped. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I've told the story before, but homeless people love me. They've always loved me all my life, right? And currently I'm the homeless liaison for my neighborhood. And years ago, my son was like 16, and I would see these dogs with these homeless people, and every time they would look at me and they would be like, we're tied, we're bound, like, we can't get out. And you could see them like, save us, to me. And I would see this old lady all the time. The old lady would stop and talk to me, and how you doing, honey? How you doing? And it was adorable. And I'm looking at the dogs, and one day it dawned on me, Spirit said, tell them to leave. So that means there's an opportunity in their movement where they can escape, right? So one day I meet up with the lady, and she's doing her out thing, just adorable. And I look at the dogs and I said, free yourselves. You can leave at your next opportunity. Free yourself, right? In my head, right? I don't see this old lady for a while. I see her again, no dogs. And I'm like, hey, where are your dogs? She said, that's the funniest thing that happened. They all ran off at the same time. And I was like, oh, you mean that stuff really works? And so when I saw how Megan was suffering, I used my energy. I can't say I'm the one. Don't believe that for a minute. But I sure enough wasn't going to let her suffer. And I used my energy and placed it in her. And I told her, just leave. Stop suffering. You can do this. Just leave. And the next thing you know it, they devised a plan. guys, I'm not saying it's because of me. I'm saying you have the power. So if you
Yep.
have the power, imagine what you could do to change your own life.
Yep. Yep. Very true. And just for anybody else, because I know that I've been seeing this around too, and I will take every opportunity to set people straight and correct them and stand up for Megan because she deserves it. She needs somebody on her side. Because people were like, oh, well, of course, look, they signed a deal with Netflix and Cuties is on there. Keep in mind that just because we hear about a deal today does not mean it was signed yesterday. These are things that are signed months in advance.
But
Done
what does cuties have to do with anything? Here's
because
the
people
thing.
were trying to act like use it to bring her down, and I'm like, Michelle
Let,
Obama.
okay, let's not do that. Let's
No.
stop. Let's stop for a minute. Listen, if you want to discontinue Netflix, do it.
Yeah.
No, just do it. No one cares. If you
Yeah.
want to send a message to Netflix, discontinue your account.
Yeah.
And if you want to send a message, you send it because of cuties. That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. Netflix does need a message, though. They're not
They-
watching their programming. The Cheers guy, just, child programming. Now the cuties. So I would say that there's an executive on Netflix whose energy, remember, I'm all about energy, is bringing these type of shows, but they're getting exposed quicker and quicker, right?
Yeah.
So I do believe there's an executive on Netflix and that there is going to have to be some axing. Like somebody has got to get axed from Netflix.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the Royals.
Yeah.
Just nothing. Period.
No.
Nothing.
That's why I
But
was saying
cuties is a problem. So if you want to discontinue Netflix because of cuties, do it.
Yeah.
Then come back later. That's
Yeah.
how you want to fix Netflix? Get rid of them.
Yep. Leave them right now, but then come back later after they've gotten
Just
rid
come
of
back later, but
back.
leave them.
Yeah.
Take a stand and say, I'm discontinuing, because I have to be honest with you. I have to discontinue Netflix. I'm just waiting for my grandson to come because we want to go over the cartoons that have no black boys in it.
Yeah.
All right. Once he comes, and I've been saying this for weeks, we just haven't been able to do it. Once we go over all the cartoons that have no black boys in it, I didn't say black girls, I said black boys. Once we go over all the cartoons that have no black boys in it, my grandson and I are going to write a letter to Netflix and we're going to tell them this is not fair. I am going to discontinue Netflix. I don't care who's joining Netflix. I have to show Netflix that they are not caring about my black grandchild.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'll leave them once they fix themselves. I don't mind coming back. I'm
Yeah.
not about lifelong punishment and can't completely canceling out. I want to cancel for the moment because somebody in that executive team is a pervert.
Yep. Well, and not only that, there's another YouTuber, PRXO, who he looks really weird, you guys, but he makes really great points on things. What he was saying about the problem with cuties too, since we're just on that, he said he watched where they were talking about making the movie, and they said it took 600 people before that little girl was the that plays the main character. She was the 601 person that they saw that then finally they chose her to play that character. And he goes, so you made 600 little girls expose themselves in front of a group of men and dance around like that? He's like, and you saw nothing wrong with that for 6 months. All of you sat there and felt comfortable to make 600 little girls come in this room and dance around provocatively in front of a group of white men. Shame on you.
They're a bunch of perverts. They're a bunch of perverts. They did this 600 times.
Yes, they
Do you know? Wait, my son
600 girls.
does this for a living. They tape all of those girls, and you never have
Yep.
access to that tape ever again.
Yep, that's what he was saying. And he was like, he goes, you made 600 little black girls come in and shame themselves in front of a group of white men. And he goes, because y'all fucking know it was a group of fucking white men sitting behind that table.
All right.
All excited.
All right. Hold on a second. Let's talk about another thing, right? You have to start with the parents. You
Yeah.
know, I have to tell you, parents, all money's not good money.
Oh yeah.
So when they were learning these dances, you would have had to see the dances anyway. All money's not good money. And black parents, you're going to have to figure that out
Yeah.
because these girls have to be women someday.
Yeah.
I want to see girls of aesthetic beauty. I don't want to see them twerking.
Well, I just
And
had
what
this.
role are you putting them on, parents, when you allow these type of auditions?
Yeah.
When my son was in the acting business, he did one episode. And when we saw the one episode between the both of us, we vowed never to do another episode like that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Ever again. And my son's agent would be like, "Oh, we've got this great episode," and we would read it and we'd be like, "Mm-mm."
Yeah.
And she didn't understand us. And we said, "Well, it's just, it doesn't put a black boy in a good light." And she was like, "But it'll bring money." But, and we're like, "We know, we got it, we understand it." There was one movie, The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Oh
The
yeah.
Exorcist. There wasn't a black boy in America because we knew all the black boys that would take that job.
Yep.
Not one. And then she was like, "He gets to go to Africa." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? No, when we go to Africa, it's going to be for something good, not to rev up the devil." Have
Yep.
you seen Poltergeist? You know, you can rev up things that shouldn't be in the air.
Yep. Well, and let me just say this too, because whoever follows me on Instagram knows last weekend, my little neighbor girl across from me, I was out on the patio sweeping it, and I just hear a kid crying. Mom instinct kicks in. I go flying through the door and outside, and I snatched her up because I was like, I don't know what's happening, but there's a little 11-year-old girl out here freaking out, running around, hitting doors and crying. She got in a fight with her mom, and they're at that age where she's a preteen and they're not getting along right. But what
It's
happened
still
was,
extreme, though. It's still an
yeah,
extreme reaction.
well, I'll tell you off more about it. But
Okay.
anyways, she ended up spending the day with me so they could have a break and everything. And she's showing me TikTok. First she tells me, "Did you know what a WAP is?" And I said, "Excuse me?"
Oh God.
She shows me there is other kids, her and my son's age, because my son's 9, dancing to that song on TikTok, doing the City Girls hoo-ha talk challenge, dancing on there.
I don't know any of these things.
They're little kids, Tracy, dancing to the Cardi B WAP song.
Oh, the WAP song. Oh.
Little 10-year-old kids doing that because there's apparently a WAP challenge or something, and then there's also the City Girls came out with that song Pussy Talk. So they're participating in that challenge on TikTok. So I had a little conversation with her about why we do not want to be seen that way, and it is a lot harder to get people to respect us when we lead with that. And that it's okay to just be the smart girl and not have to be the sexiest one out there. And so, but it was, a little shocking. So we have to definitely, on top of not participating in the other stuff that Tracy was talking about, very much monitor our children and what they're being exposed to and what they're participating in, because that is definitely not acceptable for children.
And that's what she was showing you.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying it was like everybody's all hyped up over this movie Cuties, and I'm like, and literally it's in our backyard and in our kids' phones, and that's what they're doing, their own Cuties things.
Yeah, but that, again, it's okay. The COVID is going to fix all of that. How? I can't tell you, but COVID doesn't like a lot of shit that's going down. So it's just no surprise to me that WAP came out, and this isn't karma, Cardi, but it's like you're not taking care of people.
No.
So how do you get to survive with your marriage when you don't take care of people?
Yeah. Well, on the other hand, though, I hope you all have listened to Sierra's new song, Rooted. It is so good, and that video is so good.
Oh, I got to take a look at it.
So good. Oh, hold on one second. I think somebody rang my doorbell.
Okay. So while she's gone, I was just texting someone in my group. This is my book journal, my Dear God book journal. Something I am so, so proud of. I listen, I love my babies. It's called Dear God. It's a spiritual journal. All right. It's a spiritual journal. Let me just get rid of this. Where are you? Blue. Oh, here you are. Okay. It's a spiritual journal. It's my baby. All right. And it's where, because of I live in California and I participate in Mexican culture, which when I tell you guys Black Lives Matter, all we're saying is participate in our life. That's what we're saying. So Mexican culture has De las Muertes, which is the celebration of the dead, which they do on Halloween. This is my first edition of the Dear God Journal, it's a spiritual journal, and I decided to celebrate Mexican culture because as metaphysical people, we all invest in the other side, which is what this show is called, the other side. The other side of what? The other side of anything you want it to be. All right. The second page is Dear God, right? And the date. And every page after that is just writing. I hope you use it well. I hope that you understand that writing a journal is actually very, very healing. So go to my website, tracybrownlive.com, and that's where you will find the Dear God Journal. Please purchase it. Please start writing your feelings down. For anyone that is doing candle magic, this is a great place to keep it because you're not going to lose this. You're going to know where this is. There are other editions coming later, but for right now, we're going to celebrate Mexican culture. So, when you walked away, I figured it was a good time to do my commercial.
Oh no, and you guys, you can also go to Michael's. They have the candles that match.
Yes!
So
I can't
I
wait.
bought some so I can put them on my ancestor altar for the Day of the Dead. And they're on sale for half off right now too. So it's a total jar candle.
Hold on. Um, um, also, herbs. Alrighty now. Whew. So, getting back to the Caribbean, let's see what the fallout is going to look like.
Okay.
Because we know Barbados is leaving. That is a given. But let's see what the Caribbean fallout is going to look like. Oh. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Wow. Ooh, this is a lot. What you got to say, guys, while we wait? Really enjoying you ladies tonight. Thank you, Keandra. Thank
Thank
you for
you. Thank
saying
you
that.
guys. Oh, and I just wanted to tell everybody too, if you go to Bed Bath and Beyond, they have these big jars of crystals and it comes with two different kinds. They're on clearance for $7.99. The top one is red jasper for health, and then the bottom is adventurine for wealth.
And they have more
Yeah,
types?
they had them for they had ones that had rose quartz and crystal, the
Yeah.
clear quartz. So they
Yeah.
had a bunch of different kinds. And
Do
so
they have it on the website?
I don't know. I went in there to go get another pillow and I just happened to walk by and see this and I grabbed it up. But I was thinking, like, I'm just going to put these in the corner of all the corners of my house to keep it because we need everything we can get for our health right now and give it out to people too. Stick them in my purse, carry them with me everywhere.
Yes.
So that we can protect ourselves in the midst of the COVID.
Yes.
So if you guys see them, it was only $7.99, and it's a 2-pack, and then it has them all loose, and it's a bunch of them. So
Also, Melissa has a radio show every Saturday that she does where she talks about crystals and tells you their meanings.
mm-hmm.
Why do they have me in Downey? Oh, because no, I'm not. Oh, I'm not close to Downey. Is that the only place? Oh my God, people, please stop. So annoying. They're trying to offer me a discount. I don't want anything. I just want to see what you got. Let me see. You know, they're like, we'll give you a discount. Oh, they got a couple. Oh, here it is. Well, you said $7, right?
Yeah.
It's $12 on site.
Okay, because in the store it was on clearance for $7.99, and the lady that checked me out checked online and on their end, and she said that they're on clearance in all their stores. Because I asked on the way out, because I was like, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube tonight, so don't lie to me. I need to know for my peoples. They were at
$12.99.
Even that's really not a bad price though.
Let me change my zip code. Maybe it goes by zip code. Because
You
you're
guys,
pretty far from me.
because people are asking in the chat, it was Bed Bath and Beyond. You know, the place where you go get your sheets and all that stuff.
All right. Let me just put a heart next to it. I changed it. Maybe in the store it would be better, cheaper.
Yeah.
But this one has rose quartz, which you can always keep rose quartz in your house. I think even for $12, it's a good price because they look like they're nice and pink and clean. I do like what I'm seeing here. And clear crystal can be used for anything. So even though it sells as $12, I think it might be a good price.
Yeah, because
It's a big container.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I buy crystals in bulk in the smaller sizes so that I can put them in my pockets, in my purse. I stick them in my kids' pockets. I give them to everybody. I put them in bowls on my coffee table for everybody to take with them when they come over. And usually I pay way more just for the same amount of one of these. So,
oh, wait. They have, no, this is glass. Okay. No. I was looking for other. Okay. Online, I only see the rose quartz and the clear quartz, but that's fine.
Yeah, but they had at my store, they still had the aventurine and red jasper, and they were bundled together.
So cool.
Stone of wealth, stone of health.
So cool. I mean, I would still get this online. My problem is that I don't have a car. So for me to go around finding a Bed Bath and Beyond with Uber is stupid. Then I might as well, if I got to spend money on Uber, then I might as well just order it and have it sent to my house. It'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
But I love this. The rose quartz is for love, and the crystal quartz is, they say it's for healing. So I might order it.
Yeah. That's why
It's
I said
worth
I
it.
snatched those up, and I was like, I'm putting these everywhere. I'm giving them to people. I'm gonna have it all over the place. So, and they had a lot of them when I was there. So
When I used to do in-person readings years ago, not recently, but years ago, I would have people go home with the stone. You know, but COVID doesn't allow for in-person readings anymore. It is what it is. All right. What do you got?
Okay.
Bella, or do you want me to go first? You want to go first? What do you? I don't care.
It's up to you. I mean, it's.
You go first. I don't care.
Very interesting. So, you know, I got Queen Elizabeth coming up as the Queen of Swords. wanting to fight this
Interesting.
because there's the Ace of Cups. Unfortunately, I do get the Tower card followed by the Judgment and the Four of Swords. So in the initial phases, because she was crossed with the Devil card, she's doing what she can to fuck them over, basically. Like, oh, you
She,
guys don't want to be with me? You know what? You don't need any money. You don't need shit from me. Good luck on your own, motherfuckers. Have a nice life is basically her attitude towards it. But the final outcome was the Strength card and the Two of Cups. They will pull through this, and they don't have to, you know, they don't have to keep dealing with, I mean, it's not going to be a forever thing. It will be momentary. But I also got with the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. Number one, there's other countries that are watching that are going to leave as well. But I feel them all banding together and finding a way to make it through anyways, and being extremely happy and being like, even though we went through hell for a little bit, this was ultimately the best thing that we could have done when it came down to it.
yes.
So that's
That
was
no, I think it's interesting because I actually got this, the Two of Swords, as the queen, which means in another deck, the Two of Swords is like this.
Yeah.
Just wishing and hoping this storm doesn't come.
Yeah.
Right? And how many of you have been in a hurricane where they say, leave, leave? How many of you have been near fires and they're like, leave? And you're like, no, I'm going to protect my home. No, queen, sitting like this, hoping it all goes away, won't go away. The error doesn't allow you to sit there and act like nothing's not going to happen. So this is what I'm getting for her, right? I guess the two people up here are both Barbados and Jamaica, right? So she's going to act like she doesn't care. I don't care. She might even say she supports the separation, right? Because she has to look good, right? But you're forgetting, Queen, that if these people rev up their personal magic, they're going to survive, Queen. They've never used their magic. They've never called on a single Orisha against you. They will now. It is time for the demise of this European slavery that exists to this day. It still exists. It is done. It is over. There absolutely will be a rebirth. And like any other rebirth, there's going to be economic issues because there has to be. It's like any birth. You birth the child, you think the child is happy to come out the womb? The child loves the womb. But when the time clock says it's time, the baby resists the change. The baby's like, no, no. Boom, baby's out. Because the time clock goes against the baby not being born. So could there be some difficulties, economic difficulties? Absolutely. In the midst of the COVID? Absolutely. 3 countries, at least 3, will band together and will make it. They will learn to live on their own resources.
Yep.
All right. They're, the queen, this is the queen again, kind of walking away from finally three of these Caribbean islands, at least three is going to walk away. At least I'm getting 3 good ones. Now, could there be some negotiations to say, come back? Let us help you. Let's, like pretty much what they did to South Africa. You're free, but the Caribbean countries will not go for it.
No, they're not.
In the end, You guys are going to be so wealthy, so much better without the queen. You guys are actually going to be happy. There is going to be products that's in services that's going to come out of the countries that the queen wouldn't even let them do. All right. And the Wheel of Fortune shows up again. Everything turns around for the better. So, you know what, guys? Barbados, Jamaica, I don't know who the other country is. Rebirth yourself. Do whatever it takes because what you have now is terrible. Rebirth yourselves and live again. They're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Barbados is connected with West African country Liberia. They made a deal and opened immigration between the countries. Oh, that's very interesting. That's going to, like, what's going to happen with Barbados is going to be the thing to watch. Because where did I read that the richest people are Saudi Arabia, UK, and some other country? So it doesn't surprise me that there's going to be some Middle Eastern connection. That kind of doesn't surprise me. Um, Liberia used to be an American colony. Really? Sometimes I learn things from everyone else. I will fact check. But yeah, Bella, they will survive. Now, is anybody going to survive during a COVID? I don't know. We're all going to suffer during a COVID.
Yeah.
But isn't it also the perfect time to rebirth,
It is.
refix
Well, that was the
all
whole
the?
purpose of COVID from a spiritual standpoint, was to tear
Yep.
everything down and get us to sit still and think about how we want to rebuild.
Yes. And I think the only one I don't have is all going. Um, I, in my own ignorance and just my need to just travel, I had no idea I was traveling and giving the UK my money. So, how in bed is everyone? America, the cruise ships, UK, and the country stay poor? Wow. Wow.
And
And
the
during the
UK has
COVID is the
higher,
best time to make these changes. Go ahead, Bella. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just saying, and the UK has higher taxes than we do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the original version of why we separated from them, right? With the Boston Tea Party and
Mm,
everything, was because of their crazy taxation. But that's why a lot of the, British artists, they move to America or another country because they get taxed so much that they barely get to keep any of their own money. And so and they're making them pay the same amount in taxes, but they're such a poor country that anything that they do make, with in consideration to the tourism, is all just going straight to, like the taxes and everything, and it's so completely unfair.
yeah.
They've really put them in a situation where they're forced, and they have no other opportunity except for poverty, because you have to
Yeah.
work. I mean, and you guys, like, if you watch even like 90 Day Fiance, I just barely started watching that, but one of the guys was from there, and they were talking about how, like, the only place that you can work is you work at the tourist places in these countries, and it's like you're hoping
That's
to God,
right.
and you guys, and if you do go to Jamaica or somewhere like that for a vacation, make sure you tip the people who work for you and who help you out on these tourist, if you go to the resorts and things like that, because they're really counting on that money so that they can support their families, because they're not getting paid very much as far as their actual wages.
Yeah. Which is again why all of this needs to stop.
Yeah.
This is why it's so important for them to take back their country. Could it throw them into chaos? Yeah, for a little bit. But I just think you guys are going to be so much. This is the final outcome, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, I just want to read it for a little bit. just been going back to the book lately because I just like to sometimes. And the Nine of Pentacles is self-reliance. Self-reliance, relying on self, being self-sufficient, self-mastery. It means gain, desire for a different financial security, but it means money and success, material comfort. Fruitfulness, remember, this is the final outcome. Prosperity as a result of past efforts. Solidary affluence. They will be fine by themselves. Well deserved success. Fortunate turn of events.
Mm-hmm.
Material security, added income, self employment in terms of the countries that are going to be independent. Um, they also might make an alliance. There might be something about these countries that may not be so separate. It might be the alliance of the Caribbean, blah, blah. I don't know. Because whatever's going to happen, they are going to need a coordinated event, a turn of events.
Mm-hmm.
Because the complaints are going to be the same. I promise you. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And when COVID is over, you absolutely want the tourists back.
Yeah.
You absolutely want them back, but you want to make sure that when they come back, the people that are working are living very, very well, not just government officials. So I'm excited. This is so, like, I don't know about you guys. I'm fucking loving COVID. I'm loving COVID. I'm ashamed of our president that allowed 200,000 people to die, and he knew. He knew.
Yep.
But I love the fact that COVID is here. There's so much ugly in the world.
There is. It's exposing everything, you guys. You know, like I've been saying, because everybody was like, 2020 is the year of balance. And I said, yeah, it's going to expose a lot of things and break things down, but we need it.
And um and the one that was just on Somatic RX in the group that we meet up with, um, she says 2020 equals clear vision. I meant to bring that up today because I want to make sure she got credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
2020 equals clear vision. And COVID is exposing corruption, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Corruption in the education system. One of my South African friends said to me, every time I hear America's broke, and yet the minute they had to go online, they gave every student a laptop.
Yep.
And she, from her eyes, she said, Tracy, America has a lot of money. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed from her eyes what that looks like when she's only ever heard we're broke, you can't do this as an immigrant, you can't do that as an immigrant, this cannot be afforded. And yet the minute the COVID hit, every child in that school system wound up with a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Well,
Where did this money come from, people?
just like I heard somebody else was saying, I wasn't really, and I forget who said it, but they were like, I wasn't really on board with reparations, and only because they thought, it'll never happen. There's no way. And then they're like, and then they gave everybody a pandemic check. And so they're like, if you can scrounge up that money, you can scrounge
Right.
up the money to start paying out reparations to people.
Whew. Absolutely.
And so it's like they've came up with a lot of money for other things. They can definitely come up with the money. It's like we don't need to, pay the military to go out in the streets and back up the police to attack protesters and gas them for no reason. You can use that money to feed the kids. You can use that money to make the school system better. You can use that money for a lot of other things that people really need it for, not this crap.
Yes. And again, that's why COVID is here. So are we all suffering? Might we all suffer more The answer to that question is yes. It's the sacrifice. It's the sacrifice that many of us will have to suffer so that COVID can expose the disgusting corruption in all areas.
Yeah.
Immigration care, Black Lives Do Matter, education, all right, the whole pedophile ring,
Yep.
you know, entertainment.
Yep.
And I'm just naming a few. We're not even talking about government
Yep.
yet. I'm just naming a few. And by the way, she's not going anywhere. I'm sorry to say it. You see, Israel had to go back in lockdown
Yeah.
because she's not going anywhere. And trust me, America is going back on a second lockdown. They have to.
Yep.
All right, sweetie, we did the best we could with the Royals. She's going to crumble, by the way. She's going to crumble. You know what? It's going to get to the oh, she's going to drown. She's going to drown. And the reason why she's going to drown is you're going to find her begging for money.
Yep. And you guys, this is the thing that is going to hurt her the most, is that she's been so proud of being the longest reigning monarch. She always wanted people to look back on her as this like amazing legendary person. That's why she took the name Elizabeth, because that's not her real name. They choose a different name for themselves when they become the queen or king. And so she modeled herself after the original Queen Elizabeth, who was supposed to have been, you know, like one of the best queens ever. And so she wanted to be that second coming of that. But yet, look at what's happened because of all the blind eye she's turned to everything. The not
Yes.
stepping into certain things. Like, this is the thing, guys.
She doesn't even carry emotional care.
No, she could have stood up and said, leave Meghan alone. That's all she had to do one time. Do you think any of those tabloids and those people who were continually harassing her and being mean to that poor girl? No, she didn't care. She doesn't give a shit. Same way she never stood up for Diana either. But then after Diana died, then when she had to give
How
that
much
speech,
did she care when Diana died? How cold-hearted was she?
they had to make her go say something. She wasn't even.
I know.
And all she
I
said
know.
was, she made it seem like she was crazy because she said, well, we didn't always see eye to eye and sometimes things happened, but I admired the way that her sons loved her.
And that's the only reason she
And
had
that's
to
all
say
she said.
something.
But that's all
But
she ever
it's
said.
because of those boys that she had to say something.
Yep.
This was their mother.
Yep.
I mean, the woman is despicable. Has anybody watched The Crown? Has anybody watched The Crown? If you haven't watched it, get on Netflix before you cancel Netflix. Get on Netflix and watch The Crown, or cancel Netflix and then come back and watch The Crown. It's always going to be there. Amazing. The story, the truth that came out. Amazing.
Yep.
I binge watched that show like this. Oh no. Watch The Crown, people. And the next series is supposed to come out and they have like 16 episodes, so they don't cheat you, these people.
Yep.
You watched it, Destiny? Oh my God. Did you not love it? Did you not clutch your pearls at every chance you got and how despicable these people were? I wouldn't want to be a royal for anything. Meghan, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for
Yep.
leaving.
Yep. Oh,
I'm proud of your independence.
The whole reason why she ignored her kids, she ignored her husband, she just listened to what everybody else told her to do. And they all grew up, and look at, only one of them actually stayed married, and he's the one that waited the longest to get married, and he just kind of stays out of the way with his wife anyways. But it's like, she didn't raise her kids, she neglected them. Charles always talked about how he wished he actually had a mom who paid attention to him. she'd go off and leave him alone with the nannies for 6 months at a time while she was out on these tours.
In South Africa, right?
Yeah. And so it's
Yeah.
like, and then and the whole reason, a big part
And she
of,
only had like a second grade education, guys. They
Yeah.
never educated her because she was a woman.
Yep. And because all they cared about was, well, you need to learn how to curtsy and how to present yourself in public because you're the one that's going to be queen when your dad dies.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that was why she didn't get along with Diana, because Diana was like, if you're going to make us go overseas, my kid's coming with me. I'm not leaving my brand new baby and going across the world because you expect me to go
Because you did that. Because
Yeah,
you didn't care about my husband, Charles.
Yeah.
She was a good mommy. And you know, the grandmother tried to separate Diana from her own children.
Yep. And Diana refused to do that. They sent the kids off to boarding school, and she literally was down there all the time making sure William was okay. They said William would get embarrassed and tell his mom leave because she was outside of his school every single day. Every time a story came out that was bad about her or Charles in the paper, she immediately went down to his school to go talk to him in person, make sure he was okay, because she was a very involved parent. And the queen hated that.
Because it wasn't her. Because she thought everyone was supposed to be a cold-hearted bitch like her.
Yeah, and Diana was like, I can't fit into this shit. I'm not that kind of a person. And then the same thing with Megan. Megan is not a cold-hearted bitch. She has feelings. She's a human being. She can't pretend to be that way. She can't do that. So it's like, I don't blame her. She probably sat there, heard all the stories from Harry, and was like, we're not letting our kid go through that. Pick where we're going. We're done. Like, come on.
Yes.
I'm not letting my baby grow up and be this upset and deal with all this shit the way you did. But good for them that they left. They did exactly the right thing.
No, it's amazing. But I also wanted to add, which I think we've talked about in the past, you and I, Bella, because sometimes guys I'll text something to Bella that we'll discuss, and then she'll be like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, save it for the show, save it for the show. Because what happens is you think you've gotten it out.
Yeah.
And then this is how I feel. You forget to repeat it publicly, right?
Yeah.
So you might have mentioned this, or maybe I did, because I know I did which is now, this is a predicted in it, but now I got to go back and figure out if this is a predicted in it. From, look at my own video. This is either the people walking away from the queen, or the queen recognizing that the crown cannot, I have to say it this way, that the crown cannot withstand COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I keep getting this vision in my head. I don't know if it's her or something else that maybe I saw on TV, where I feel like she's going to be sitting. And I don't think Prince Philip is going to be around at this point, because I don't know why I think he might pass before her. But I just feel like she's sitting there and they're telling her, like, make a decision. And she doesn't want to lose the crown because that's all she's ever known. And they're like, make a decision. And I think she concedes. I think she puts out a messaging that the crown is dead.
Well, and you know what I've heard too, because people are like, why wouldn't she at least let Charles start taking over some things?
She's a selfish bitch.
Prince Philip, it's like they have to tape that man together and prop him up so that he can even leave the damn house, because he's 98 years old and he has all these health problems. They said he has bladder cancer too now, and pancreatic cancer. So that's a hell of a long time though to live, for anybody. But he also always did take care of himself. He always worked out. He didn't smoke.
Yes.
He didn't drink. He watched his weight. He ate.
98 is a long time, right? So, you do that from discipline.
And you see on The Crown, like, he was always taking care of himself, and they made fun of him for it. But she, because they were like, why don't you let Charles take over stuff? I heard that, not, of course, she is a selfish bitch and she wanted to just be like, well, I was the queen from the age of 20 until 130. But also, they said that she thinks that he's going to die and she's holding it out for Prince William because she doesn't want her son to take over.
You
She thinks
know,
that he's going to ruin everything. And
but
so
it's
maybe she's going to be
interesting.
like, oh, Charles is going to ruin it. So you know what? Here, Prime Minister, here you go. You guys have everything back before Charles can fuck it all
And
up.
I think
And
that is exactly what's going to happen. I think she gives the crown back to the country.
yeah, because she wants it to end with her selfishness and not let her son destroy everything.
Gianna Bella says, love, and I must have missed that part, but I must have been crying like when
Yep.
Princess Diana died. It took the life out of me. Not only, remember I was talking about energy, right? And I said to the dogs, you can leave. And I said to Megan, you can leave. When Princess Diana was dying, I sat on the floor. At the time, we had a floor model TV. I sat on the floor and I didn't know how psychic I was at the time. And I zoned out. And I kept looking into her spirit. And I was like, what's happening? Like, I feel like she had a nanosecond of a choice. Nanosecond. And either she could not live, or there was something within her body that would have made her crippled for life.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I could tell when I zoomed in, she had to go.
Yeah.
So why am I saying this? Because I did not see the part, because I think I was just in tears. Because it's just interesting. Like, I loved her soul. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
love the white blonde woman with blue eyes. Like, get that through your thick heads, people. I loved her soul.
Yeah.
That soul was everything. That soul was such an example. That's a soul we need today in the COVID. Who gets to be Diana next?
Yeah.
With
Because
all this racism, who gets to be that person? But I didn't see where they made the queen bow down to Diana's casket. I want that scene again, and I want to post it.
yep. No, and that's the thing about Diana. This was a time when everybody was scared. Don't let anybody who has AIDS anywhere near you. And she's over there hugging everybody and treating them exactly like they're completely.
She showed us that AIDS was not contagious. It
She
was
walked through that
beautiful.
minefield too to bring
I
awareness.
remember that.
She did things that took so much courage that people.
Courage.
Because
Yeah.
now when you see people are like, oh, well, she was beautiful. Oh, she wore that dress,
No,
stunted on everybody.
no,
Like,
no. It has nothing to do with
that
that.
was the little shit, you guys. The stuff that was important was her bringing awareness to the right things. And those were not things that the royal family set up for her either. These are things she did on her own after she and Charles were already done. When
But
she was like, you know what?
wasn't it the countries? Wasn't it the countries that the UK participated in? When she walked through the mines,
Yep.
that's when she had me.
Yep.
Because I remember thinking, could I do that? Would I do what she just did? Because she did not, there was no map to tell you where the mines were.
Yep.
She could have lost her life. And she thought losing my life was better than not speaking up, because so many other kids were losing their lives in that country.
Yep.
God, I miss her. Out of anyone that's ever passed, and I've got parents that's passed over, I miss her.
Yeah.
I
No,
miss
that
that golden, the glow that came out of her.
Do you know what's funny is because like William's a few months older than me because I was born in 1982 also. I'll tell you
Hmm.
this, you guys, like because I was a little blonde haired, blue eyed girl. Like I used to look at the TV and be like, I wish she was my mom. She seems so nice. Like I literally always just felt so like
Yes,
she seemed like such a nice, good person. And I
yes.
remember when my mom, like me and my friend were at the movies and my mom came and picked us up and she said, she was like in a rush, like we have to hurry up and like get back to the house. We have to get back to the house. And I need to see the news. And I was like, why? What's going on? And she goes, and it was weird because that whole time when we were at the movies, I felt so anxious and I couldn't even watch it. And I don't even remember what movie we even watched anyways. And she told me, she's like, Diana was in a car accident. I have to see if she's okay. And when we got back to the house, they were saying that she had died. And what I've learned from like watching so much stuff since is that they said that she didn't have any broken bones. But what happened was it was a heart attack that killed her. That she asked the guy, the paramedic that came, and she said, what happened? And he said, you were in a car accident, but don't worry, we're going to get you there. We're going to be okay. And she held his hand and she said, I'm going to die. And she had the heart attack in the ambulance and died on the way to the hospital. And when they got there, she had so much internal bleeding. So on the outside, it looked like she was fine, but it was the inside.
Yeah. Terry W. says, look into the missing children. This is a whole nother issue, Terry, in Canada, connected to the Queen and Prince Philip. The same thing in South Africa. And the Queen owns South Africa. There are missing women. Now, they're taking them for their body parts, and that's all I got to say. So that's all I got to say.
Oh, I love what Destiny, she said, Meghan and Diana are two women Queen Elizabeth wanted to be. For sure. I always thought that's why Harry married Meghan and fell so in love with her, because she just reminded him so much of his mom, the way that she was just determined that she was going to use her platform in her life to go out there and fight for others and point out what needed to be fixed and do the right thing. And like, if I'm given this gift, then I'm going to go and do something with it. Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what it feels like? And you guys might have this experience just personally, right? Have you ever felt a good person, right? And standing next to you is a bad person. And the bad person literally makes you choose them.
Yeah.
By talking about the good person, right? That's what this feels like. Like, and you've all had this experience, whether you had it as a 10-year-old, whether you had it at work, whether you had it with your bitch friends. Like, there's always that person that is, all about themselves and wants to turn the energy and the people, look at me, don't take attention away from me. Even though the very attention that you're being taken from is the good person.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the Queen and her money and her status against a wonderful woman like Meghan, like Diana. How hard is it, people, to ride with good? Because COVID is here and everything gets exposed. So how hard can it be? Like, come on, operate better, not just because we're talking about the Queen and Meghan and, people with money. How about in your everyday lives? How hard is it? Figure it out, people. The COVID is here for a reason. I know personally, I don't want karma.
Yeah.
So I'm not riding with anybody ugly. If it means I have to stand alone, guess what? I was only born with my mama.
Yep. No, and you guys,
we got to be better people out here. And we have to support Meghan as Americans.
Yeah.
And UK, you're on your own. Like, I don't even have time. I don't want to talk and blame the whole UK, but there are other countries out there, and we can support Meghan.
Yep. No, for sure. For sure. I mean, I'm not going to blame all of the UK.
But here's a good question. I really appreciate this question. G. de los Muertes. It's a good question. What can the good person do, though?
Okay,
That's a really good question. Go ahead.
this is the thing. Okay, first of all, I've also been wanting to mention this, and I keep forgetting because we get off topic or everybody starts talking and everything. This shows you the power of what good people Harry and Meghan are. They have their own little fan group, whatever you want to call them, called the Sussex
Mm-hmm.
Squad. Do you know that
Mm-hmm.
they have raised over $60 million to help other people?
Got it.
Who
Right.
else's fan group can say that they've done that? That they
Okay.
just
I love that.
literally were inspired by them and they were like, we want to go be charitable because you guys are too. That shows you their power as good people. So,
Yeah.
you know, you can join in with stuff like that. You can, when her things do come out on, Netflix, or they come out with any projects, support it.
Mm-hmm. Also, who's the good person to you? And it's a feeling.
Yeah.
And when you're being manipulated. It. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Right now for me, it's about black hair.
Yeah.
So anything with black hair, I'm standing on that side.
Yeah.
I'm standing on that side of history. Join me. What can good people do? Enough good people get together. We take down evil. Why do you think Barbados is leaving the Queen?
Yeah.
Because you have to take a stand against evil. The
Yeah.
crown is evil.
Speak up
All
where
right.
I can too, guys. It doesn't matter if you have 300,000 followers on Instagram
Or two.
or you
Or
have
two.
3. Speak up because somebody's going to see it and they're going to learn from you. They're going to be influenced. They're going to say, okay, you know what? Let me go do my own research. Let me see how I can help. Share information, share petitions, share links to people, do things like that. And that is a way that you can help. We can always use our voice. Even if you can't be like, I can go stand in line and protest and this and that, then use your voice. Educate
Vote.
people.
Voting. Because when you vote, it is not about the presidents alone. There are judges that are trying to get in there. There are props. Like, learn about what these.
Yeah.
Just Google all the props.
Yeah.
And
Those
ask
are our
somebody.
videos.
Yeah, because it's the props that cripple minorities.
Yep.
Now, I'm bringing this back up again because it's like, what can good people do? Good people can support other cultures.
Yep.
That's why it's been so important for me. Last year, I wanted to start it during Halloween. I'm not a celebrator of Halloween, but I'm a celebrator of De las Muertes, Day of the Dead. And so I couldn't do it last year because there wasn't enough time. And this year there was enough time. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Support another culture.
Yeah.
Do you know I've studied at synagogue? Do you know that I've gone to Asian temple?
Yep.
I don't know if that's the right word, temple. Because of one of my Asian friends.
The Buddhist temple.
I don't know if it's Buddhist because it's Chinese, so I'm not confident what she called it. But basically, I've gone to temple with Thailand culture. Like, come on, guys. What can good people do? Good people can be kind to one another. That's why Jesus came here. Love. That was his only message, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not talking about religion. I'm just saying one man came to the earth and said, guess what we've forgotten in the 10 Commandments? Just love. That's all we want you to do is just love.
Yeah. Hey, I always say this. Jesus was the original law of attraction coach, Reiki healer.
Yeah. Good point. I love that.
He was. He put his hands
on I love that.
Them. He told everybody how to create and manifest things for themselves as long as your heart was in the right place and you were treating others good.
And with the right energy.
Yep. You read.
I love that.
How many times is that said in the Bible, and what does that truly mean? Because we only think of it in terms of negative, but it also goes the same way in the positive.
Let me tell you something. You're so right, because sometimes I have to tell people some of my readings out because the karma. I literally have a karma card in this deck. It really means judgment, but
Mhm.
it means the final outcome for the most part. But when it says karma, I have to decipher, is it good karma or bad karma? And so I mention the word karma. Sometimes I do it just to scare people by using the word. I do it on purpose by using the word karma. But then I say, it's good karma for you. So this door you want to open.
Yeah, no, and that's why I always tell people too. Karma goes both ways. And this is the
Yes.
thing too, guys. Saturn has been retrograde. Saturn is the ruler of karma. It is about to go direct at the end of the month. So during this time period, you see where so much stuff was exposed. Now at the end of the month, once karma goes direct, or AKA Saturn, how many people are going to get their karma handed to you? That's why a lot of astrologers kept telling us be on the right side of things this whole entire year, because the
Yes.
rest of the year, your ass is going to pay for it, good or bad.
Yes. And Naima, by the way, I love your name, Naima. Naima says, I'm not seeing love right now. I'm seeing the bad side come out of people. Naima, how about you? Don't worry about others. You produce love in everything that you do. I go out in the public and I'm like, oh my God, I love your hair. I love your
Yeah.
outfit. And it changes something, like it changes something for you when you say something nice to somebody. And it shakes the other person up and they're like, thank you. And I'm like, no, it looks great. I said there's an outfit that Black women love to wear. Oh my God, they're all over Facebook, and I won't buy it on Facebook because I fucking hate Facebook. Fuck you, Facebook. Fuck you, right? And so I was in Staples the other day, and this woman had this outfit. And it's basically pants, but they swerve down and they come up, and it's very freeing. And I've been wanting to get this outfit because if I find it cheaply, because I'm very cheap, I will buy 20,000 of these because we're stuck in a COVID. So it's the best outfit to put on, work from your desk, go out to supermarket, come back. Like it's the best outfit with a fucking tank top. I only wear tank tops now, right? So my boobs are beginning to sag. I don't even have big boobs, but they're going down, right? The point to you is, I had to stop her. I was like, girl, that outfit is everything. And I said to her, if I wasn't a better woman, I'd take it off you right now. And she cracked and we just wound up talking.
I'm
It
going to
made her
say,
day. It made my day. Huh?
I know what pants you're talking about, and I actually know a Black-owned business who is selling them along with their own original designs, and they have the most affordable prices. They
Send
have
it
the whole
over.
outfit, $35,
I don't like that price.
but you can get it separately too. But $35 for the top and the bottoms. That's hella good.
Oh, it comes with a jacket, you're saying.
Yeah, they have the top and the bottom.
That's reasonable because winter's coming. So
Yeah.
that actually is very reasonable.
Yes, it's called Hard Designs, HARD, and it's like H with the dot, R with the dot. I have it on my website too, the link on there. But it's two amazing girls. They actually created the company in honor of their friend who passed away. And so they started off with t-shirts with really funny and like motivational sayings. And then they actually expanded into carrying more fashion and things like that too. But it's
Hard
two young.
design what?
What's that?
Hard design what?
Hold on one second.
I mean, I would buy if it's Black owned. I'll spend the extra
I'll
dollar.
them on my page later on today, guys, so you guys can all find
Okay.
it. So,
Okay.
but they're just the sweetest, nicest girls ever. Like they have the best customer service. They model all their stuff together. It's two best friends. But their stuff is very affordable too. They literally, if you want some really cute shirts that have really funny sayings on them or really relevant things on them, definitely check them out. And they've got all the other cute little sets too. But $35 for a set, I was like, is that all you're charging? That's hella good. This has been the most expensive live for me, you guys. I've ordered so much stuff like when we were on here. I ordered from Destiny. I was like, oh shit, that reminded me I need to get more Dirk's wipes because I used all of mine up and then they were sold out and I forgot to post about them. And then I ordered something from another Black business that I remembered, and I was like, okay, Bella, put your phone away. Like, you've ordered so much stuff while you were on here.
Well, think of it this way. You're just stocking up.
Yes, I am, and I'm supporting everybody, and that's what matters. But it is funny. But that's just a reminder, guys, too, especially because, you know, we already have the post office issues. Then we're also going to experience, there's going to be an even bigger influx of mail that needs to be processed because of the election. So if there's things that you guys wanted to order for Christmas time and birthdays and whatever else is coming up at the end of the year, start doing it now. So that way you have it in time, because otherwise there will be delays.
Yeah. My son ordered a present for my birthday right around the time we didn't know they were, fucking with the because this was happening before. And my he thought my birthday, and I think it did come late. It doesn't really matter. So I just wanted to answer a question really quick.
Yeah.
Isn't Temple Jewish? So what I'm expecting of all of our metaphysical people that watch us is to educate yourselves, right?
Mhm.
It takes a second to Google. It just takes a second. Although I appreciate you asking a question, but the word temple and the ideology of what that building is called does not belong to just the Jews.
Yeah,
There's Buddhist temples, guys,
there is.
right? And we have to be open. Remember love. There's Thai temples. Like there's just so many different types of temples. So yes, no, temple doesn't belong to just the Jews.
No, it doesn't. So, well,
And I hope you learned something today.
well, thank you guys all for coming tonight. I have to get going
Yes.
because I'm not eating yet today, and I'm starting to get the blood sugar drop shakes. And
Don't
so
do it. Don't do
I'm
it.
like, I better go shove some food in my mouth before I get to that point where I get lightheaded and want to pass out.
Yes. Bella, thank you so much.
Of course. And thank you
I
guys all
appreciate
for.
your presence. The people absolutely love you. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
thank
there
you.
are Hindu temples. There's just all types of temples, guys. I was looking and like, what
Temples
types of
are
temples?
gathering place for religious purposes. So it's not
Yes,
exclusive to one
the
religion.
and the word does not belong to just the Jews. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, temple is a place to convene with God, your
Yep.
highest authority. If it's not God, I don't even know. All right, guys. Thank you, Bella.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Again, how can people find you?
Oh, psychicbellalove.com and on Instagram, Psychic Bella Love. You don't have to go to my website just to book an appointment with me. If you are looking for a Black business support, we have a tab for that. If you are looking for resources to learn more about Black Lives Matters, we also have tabs for that too.
Thank you, Bella. And thank you for your Black care concern. TracyBrownLive.com. This is where you can find me to get your own personal reading. Also, if you would like to invest in your own Dear God journal, please do so. Before we end, Dirk's wipes. There are not going to be any Clorox. COVID will return. Stock up on your Dirk's wipes. DirksWipes.com.
And
DirksWipes.com.
you guys, just to let you know, the Dirk's wipes, it comes with over 100 wipes in the container.
Oh, it's jam packed. This is orange. I've never opened an orange before, so it's brand new.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you one that's, look,
Yeah.
and so moist, so moist.
And
You will not be disappointed.
it was so cheap, and the shipping was only like $6 or something to me. It's like so freaking affordable. And they didn't charge me more shipping because I bought a bunch of them, trust me. I
Me
bought one at
too.
3 cents that was available.
Me
And
too. Me
it was
too.
the same price for the shipping, whether I was getting 1 or 20.
Oh, that's good to know. I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm going to go back in and order everything. But I want to encourage you to invest in the eucalyptus, because eucalyptus is one of the safe havens during the COVID. But
Yes.
any of the scents will work. Any of the scents. I love peppermint, lemon, eucalyptus, I'm saving until I get really sick. So I'm just stocking up on my eucalyptus.
And that's what I threw a eucalyptus in my order because I was like, I know
Yeah.
and you guys too, they have a lot of stores right now have like sets of the essential oils that it's separated out into breathe and this and that, you know, and eucalyptus, spearmint, all of the stuff that'll open up your chest. Get them now. They're gonna sell out.
Get them now, because when we talk about the neti pots
Yep.
and the breathing apparatus to help keep your lungs clear from the COVID, peppermint is one of those. Eucalyptus. Buy up the eucalyptus, guys. I hate to say this, but I know there's not going to be any eucalyptus to be found. Buy up the eucalyptus wherever you can.
Yep. And also, guys, too, if you don't have like a diffuser, but you want to diffuse the oil in your house, just do it the old fashioned ways like our grandmas did, where they put the Fabuloso or the laundry softener on the stove, simmering it. I do that because it works honestly better to get the.
Oh, I've never done that.
You just boil water
and add the oil.
And then add the oil, and then you turn it on to simmering, and you leave it uncovered, and it releases in the steam out into the house.
Oh, I love doing that.
Yeah, because sometimes some of the diffusers make everything around it like oily or sticky, you know, depending on.
Yeah.
It just stays up in the air and just diffuses.
And just have one pot to do it. And again, we're talking about when the winter and flu and COVID comes back around again, guys.
It'll keep moisture in the air because we need that. You know, because when you have the heater on or you're burning in the fireplace, the heat dries out your sinuses and everything, and you want to keep it moist, because if you dry all that out, your body is going to make mucus to make it moist again, and mucus is what's going to hold all the germs in and make us sick. So you can use that to humidify your house and put good, clean, moist air back in that we need.
Or bring it in your bedroom, close your door, and while you're watching TV, all that stuff will be steaming in your room.
Yeah.
All right. Good idea.
So,
good idea.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie.
Stock up on the
Bye.
now before it goes away.
She's serious. She's serious. Bye.
Bye.